Awesome. Yo, welcome to Team RaddTitan. And today we're going to be going over the latest news. We're going to be covering a few important subjects. If you don't already, I'm George. Hello, and over there, still rocking the Fantastic Four gifted crew hat is Alex. We're going to be today. We're going to focus. We're going to go through our latest updates. What's been going on this week? We're going to be building your questions as usual. We're going to be going through the news, but we're going to tackle a couple of tough subjects. And one of them, over the last, I don't know, maybe 7 to 10 days, and rumblings have been going on. Things have been leaked, and stuff has gone on about XM Studios. And the rumor has it is that they're in a bit of trouble. Things are happening, and we're going to discuss, dissect, and jump into during this chat. We'll be taking on your questions. So if you do have something that you want to ask us about, or you have information that you'd like to share about, by all means, get in touch with us, and we will talk about it. We did invite Ben on as well for a section of the chat, but it's a little bit too early in the morning for them. So Alex will be catching up with XM Studios when he goes to Singapore in the next week. So he'll be going over there.
All right, I go tomorrow, so yeah.
He'll be having a meeting and a conversation, so he'll get the sort of the information directly from the horse's mouth if he can. So we'll be doing that. So yeah, how are you, man? You all right?
Not too bad. I leave tomorrow to go to Singapore. I'm there for about a week, and then I go to Thailand for a week, and then I go to Hong Kong for a couple of days as well, like 5 days. The Hong Kong thing is actually quite exciting as well. So first of all, I'll be doing the stuff in Singapore. So I'll be seeing the Transformer bust, and I'll be seeing. Nope, you can't down that. I'll be seeing the Transformer bust, and then I'll be seeing the new Batman, which looks quite exciting. So looking forward to both of those. I'll be interviewing the sort of team behind it, or getting the behind the scenes look on that, and then fly to Thailand, probably meet up with like art statue collector, go to the Prime One store, see what happens there, and then go to Hong Kong for a 25th anniversary of One Piece. So that'd be great as well. And there's a big exhibition there, which is really impressive. Actually, it's over 2 floors of a complex, and there's a lot of stuff going on there, a lot of things to cover. And I've been invited as a guest and a speaker, which is interesting to say the least. So let's hope I don't butcher too many names, and let's hope I can do my research beforehand very quickly. Get on board. So I do have some of the questions I've been asked to kind of cover as well, which is interesting. Which one of them was about characters and about how.
Make sure you get someone to film that shit. I want to see.
Yeah, well, I've already brought you into it. So basically,
no. I don't want to. Not for that reason. I just want to see you under. I want to see you under the light.
I actually said quite a nice thing about you. So the question was about.
Oh, don't tell me now. Don't tell me that.
Oh, you don't want to see it? Oh, okay.
No. I want to see it on when you say it.
Oh,
you say something nice. I want to hear it, like when it's said. Don't tell me now. Spoil it.
Because it's because it's pre-arranged, and like I've because they prepped me, and I know it. I'm probably going to mess it up more than if they actually.
Yeah, they don't know you that well enough to know that that's like you're actually better on the fly. Sometimes.
I think that's the thing, and that's the same with a lot of stuff as well. I mean, if someone was to throw a ball at me and just throw it at me, I've got more chance of catching it than if someone goes, "Hey," like that first, and then throws it. I'm going to go. If they just go like that, I'm going to go catch it one-handed and quite impressively. So a lot of the time that surprisingly happens. And but the other way, if someone gives me preparation, I overthink it and I fuck up. So, thanks, Vincent. Thanks, Mitchell. Thanks, everyone. Safe flights, they're saying there. You did send me some shit, didn't you? So I didn't actually put your stuff in order yet because you fucking put it through and then, yeah. So what have you? So like, I'm just trying to think about. Oh shit, that reminds me. Oh god, I better write that down. I need to pull all my eBay stuff, don't I? I need to do that holiday. Can you tell me you're on holiday kind of thing? Is that how it works?
Yeah, you just sort of say, but I wouldn't worry about it anyway.
Well, I want to make sure that because I've been.
If anybody buys anything, you just tell them then. Just be like, mate, I ain't back till whenever.
Well, I could get married to do it, but she'll probably say the wrong fucking thing.
What is that?
I'll probably say to them like, they'll, yeah, I've just won
Nobody
that.
wants to get a big black fucking dildo in the mail, do they?
No, well, it'd be like I just won the
Not when they're
Medusa.
not when they're expecting like a fucking a statue. Like, who ordered this?
Well, no, I was going to say more that she'll like, there's a few that she don't like, and she'll probably end up going like, oh yeah, so they won Medusa, did they? Let's send them the fucking, I don't know. Let's send, she likes Fire Lord. I can't think of
And she
something.
likes a good shit.
She does
But
actually.
you're right. She'll sell some other shit.
But no, yeah, so I might take that down. What will happen though is just so likely to happen is like people are just going to be like, oh yeah, I want that thing that's been listed for like the last 6 months and I need it sent out tomorrow, and I'll be like, okay, and then kind of get all this fucking ball ache about it,
I had it once where I can't remember where I was going, but I went somewhere, and something sold while I was like, in the airport. I was like, yeah. I had to message him and say like, no, I'm going to be away for like 2 weeks, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, one of them sold today. Literally, and it would have been my cut-off, and it sold today. Literally, I literally took it because I was going past the shop anyway with the dog, so I thought, fuck it, I'll let him have that one, and took it to the post office and shipped it.
What was it?
It was just some of those little turtle things.
Oh, cool.
Not the latest ones, like the older ones, which I don't really. I opened all the little ones. I've got them on my shelf, but then there's slightly bigger ones, which I don't think it really works in that kind of scale.
Yeah.
I think you kind of get away with these like little ones, and then once it gets to the bigger one, you're a bit like, it's just a bit much, really. But I do like the I do like the Mighty Jacks ones, which came in. I didn't put no pictures in actually of those, but they're quite cool actually. The arcade ones. I need to edit the video for that. They're quite fun. And then you got the other ones, which are the kind of Halloween cosplay ones, which again I think they're quite clever because it's basically like Donatello's dressed up as like Baxter Stockman, but it's like really, but it's really homemade. It's all like cut out cardboard and stuff. But then when I was actually like putting them out, thinking it would have been cool if one of them was Krang. But then when you actually look into it, there's more of a connection because you got like Shredder and Leonardo, who are like both the leaders. And you got Donatello and Baxter Stockman, who are like the kind of creative ones.
Right. Yeah.
And then you got like Michelangelo and I can't remember if Bebop or Rocksteady, but they're kind of a bit like, thick and jokey, aren't they? The only one that doesn't really go is like Raphael and the other one of Rocksteady and Bebop. So that doesn't. I think it's the one that you are. Who's the one you are?
Bebop.
Remember, I'm the Rhino and you're the other one.
Yeah, Bebop. I'm Bebop.
Is Rocksteady the Rhino?
Yeah. Rocksteady's the Rhino.
Well, that's only because I've got a big Jew nose.
Yeah. I got the Asian white man eyes.
So yeah, I remember that was actually really funny when I think I did one of the thumbnails as you and I as Bebop and Rocksteady. It made me well laugh. But then what was the other thing? So yeah, I quite like those. Those ones I'm going to keep anyway. And then yeah, so I just need to turn those off. Really, that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say about that.
All right, Forrest.
Yeah, that's all I want to say about that. One of the other questions they're actually asking, which actually, do you know when you, I don't know, when you actually get a bit of peace and quiet, like when you walk the dog, if no one answers the phone and you like walking on your own, you kind of think about a bit of shit. One of the things is they're asking about is how I think streaming has affected anime. And to be honest, for anime, I think it's actually quite good because it's made it more for easier for people to get hold of.
Accessible, you fucking illiterate.
And
basically, you're going to get up and talk on stage.
Dude, I'm trying to label your things. I've drunk about 4 Guinness and 3 whiskeys, and
I think
trying
it's
to
made
talk
it
at the
more.
same time.
Where
Yeah,
everyone
no,
can see it. Yeah,
but no, but the whole point of it reminded me of like what made collecting comics and anime a lot more excitable when you were a kid was the fact that you have to hunt it. You have to
there you can
really
get it.
hunt
Yeah,
it
yeah,
down. It wasn't accessible,
yeah,
and
man.
you could find it in like HMV. It would be really expensive in HMV, or like you could get it ordered in from HMV. But I never really did that. I know your mum used to always do that with stuff. She used to always order
Yeah,
stuff, didn't she? But then you would end up like doing that, or you'd save up money, you would trade it with friends, or
mm,
you would like, basically go to a Comic Con or a comic shop like Mega City. You would like pay for it like
yeah.
excessively, and it just made it a bit more like
Fun.
exciting and a bit more. When you
Yeah,
found
sure.
one of them, you're like, oh fucking hell, that's the right one. And I do think that like the streaming services have kind of ruined that excitement. And I do think that they've kind of killed a bit of cinema, but I won't go into that to be honest with you, because that
I still
will
remember coming
be
back on the
depressing.
train with you, Ross, like a doji.
Oh yeah, I remember
We just kept
watching that
fucking
with you.
saying it all the train ride home.
You wrote to, yeah, I remember you like. I think you wanted everyone to leave so you could crack one off when we were watching it.
It wouldn't have stopped me. I don't think. I think I did it once before. Yes.
But yeah, God.
I'm sure it isn't the first time that I've been tossed off in front of you, bro.
What by yourself?
Ah, we spent so many nights together, bro. I'm sure it's happened many, 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 many times.
Because I was quite a heavy sleeper, as you know.
Yeah, you probably never noticed.
My this guy I went to uni
Don't
with.
throw water over me, George. I'm trying to sleep.
George, the sprinklers are on again. No, my mate Kurt I went to uni with. We went to this is our rave in Birmingham called Gate Crusher, and it's like some techno thing. We went there, and I stayed at his house. I stayed on the floor,
Yeah,
and when I woke up in the morning, like him and his girlfriend were like laughing and stuff. And I go, "What?" And his girlfriend goes, "You know what this fucking idiot did?" And I was like, "What?" She goes, "Oh, like literally, he was fucking me." And then, like, he literally leant over and grabbed your leg and go, "I'm going to tell Alex he was in a threesome in the morning." She goes, "He literally did that while we were having sex." I was like, "Great."
that's fucking brilliant. You are well a heavy sleeper, bro. There's
Yeah,
no lie.
yeah.
You're well heavy.
Oh man, what else is there? What else is there? But yeah, I've got to talk about that. It's quite. I mean, it'd be quite interesting. I'm quite looking forward to it. But it turned into like you're going to be interviewing people and you're going to be presenting
Yeah.
stuff from here, and like looking at these pieces, which are pretty epic actually. And
Well, that's a plus because
and
Red
it
Titan turn up. If they're not good, it's not good.
well, they yeah, it turned into that, and then they go, "Oh, by the way, would you be able to ask this person questions?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that was what I thought I was doing. Okay. Oh, by the way, we're going to ask you these questions. Oh, by the way, you'll be on stage. Oh, by the way, you're going to present this. Oh, by the way, you're." I'm like, hold on a minute, what the fuck? I don't mind
Yeah.
doing it, but like, can you just tell me what I'm actually doing? Jesus, don't like treat like trickle it to me
It's
and take the whole
extending
lot.
as it goes. That's great, though, man. That's
No,
brilliant. Represent us well. Go and do your bit and just relax. Just remember
it's
that
not new business
if
card.
you're nervous, it doesn't help. So just relax.
Oh
Just
yeah, that's
remember
that's, that's
if
gonna
you
help.
just calm the fuck down, take a few breaths, calm down, and just remember that none of this shit really matters, and just relax, and it'll all be fine.
Just imagine everyone naked.
See, I never that
I
never.
don't think that would work.
I've heard that many times, but I don't know how that helps.
No,
I still don't get. I can't get into the psyche of how that is useful.
no, because that means they're pretty confident. If they're all naked standing there, they're pretty
Exactly. I
confident.
don't. I don't
How
get
does
this
that
sort
help
of.
you?
If they're all standing there naked and I'm the only one dressed, I'm like, fuck me. What happened here? I feel worse now.
It's like that thing in
Never
the
understood that.
Euro trip. All the fucking people on the beach, the nudist beach, and
Yes.
going up, and he's like, "Go, go."
That's a good film, actually. I like that film.
Well, the only bit I like in that is the Matt Damon, the part of Matt Damon's Wicked. That's Euro trip,
Oh,
isn't it?
The song.
Scotty
Straight up.
doesn't know everything around me.
I like the Man United fans. That's
Oh, I
not
don't
with Vin
remember.
Jones. That's well funny.
Yeah.
And then like sing the Man United song, and then he starts singing "My baby takes the morning train," and then we start dancing. It's fucking brilliant. That whole part, that whole bit's
I
fucking brilliant.
literally haven't seen that film in, it must be 20 years. I mean, when did that film come out?
Oh mate, that's still a cracker. That
But that's the kind of film that you're never going to really watch.
I'm
Or
gonna
see
I'm gonna
until
say it's
2004.
I'm gonna say that's 2003.
2004, I just said it.
Oh,
So it was 20 years ago. Jeez.
yeah,
Wow.
cool.
God, all
Sort
right,
of
here
an
we go.
advert for a trailer that I actually thought looked really good the other day.
What's that?
It had accountant vibes in it. It's like
Well, they're making Accountant 2 at the moment, you know.
uh,
Yeah, so it's got like
this was
him, it's
called
got John Beffano in it.
it's called The Amateur. Have you
The
seen it?
Amateur.
Yeah, it's called The Amateur.
No.
You should watch the trailer, bro, because it looks banging.
I just
I
don't
watch
like.
I watch a few trailers and I'm just sitting there like, oh god. Most of the time it's like fucking wank, honestly.
If I
Wank.
type in The Amateur, it comes up with my search history and it's all
Yeah.
the MILF. So, yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Amateur MILF DP. The Amateur, I'm assuming it's going to be this year. 2025 thriller action. Oh, is that guy who played is Remy Malek?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put that up
It
there
looks
to watch.
good, man, honestly. Trailer looks good. It had me a
Yeah.
little bit like I'm interested in seeing that. And I haven't
Well,
felt like for about
The
5
Accountant
years.
was like a nice surprise, really, wasn't it? It's just one of those ones I just had
Yeah.
no
Just
expectation for.
grabbed you by the nuts and we were like, oh, hello.
I think as well that what was it? The other one was when I watched The Town. I went to uni like on weekends and stuff like that. I did like a thing like that. So I went during work one of the weekends on a Friday night, and it was on Film 4, and literally the film started on Film 4, and it kind of come up, and it was like starring Ben Affleck, and I'm like, okay, and I wasn't
Really?
really big. Yeah, this is a long time ago. This is a long time ago. I wasn't really a big fan of him
I fucking
before.
love that.
Yeah, but he's grown on me a lot. He's grown on me
He's
a lot. But this
he's
is back.
one of my favourites. Affleck's one of my favourites. Easy.
Well, I'm saying he's
Brilliant.
grown on me a lot since then. But then when it was like Ben Affleck, starring Ben Affleck, directed by Ben Affleck, I was a bit like, but you know, I'd already committed that 10 minutes into it, and by that time, I like it weren't no Netflix shit. So like, I had to watch it now because I committed that 10 minutes. I'm not going to be able to start anything else. So I had it on there, and I'm like, all right, just leave it. It's fucking. That's a wicked film. That took me by surprise. Based on a true story as well.
He's done loads of them. I'll tell you something though. In it, you know that I'm that friend, innit? You know that. You know that that's me.
I'm going to call you up.
Listen,
Basically, we
yeah.
need to go and hurt some people. We can't ask
Yeah,
people. Right,
listen. It goes like this. It goes, listen. We need to go somewhere, and we're gonna hurt some people. And you can't ask me any questions about it later. And he just turns around and goes, "What car are we gonna
Can't
take?"
be taken.
Yeah, that's a fucking just, and it's Renner in it, and he's pretty good in it actually. Renner,
Brenda's really good in that. Yeah.
he's good in that. That's a fucking brilliant. That's a brilliant film. The Town's a brilliant film.
I don't know because I think you would want to know. I think you got that thing where you want to know.
Nah, not really.
I do think you would want to know.
Nah, you're not the type. You're not the type to want to hurt anyone if it was for nothing.
Who are we going to
You'd
house?
want to
Nice
know.
guy.
If it was me, you'd want to know because you'd be like, "Oh, this someone's upset him again."
Yeah, well, no. There's times where I've had
Someone
to
took
ask.
his last fucking hit.
Yeah, we're gonna go and fucking jump on this guy's car. Why? Because I'm fucking his girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna jump on his car because you're fucking his girlfriend.
Yeah.
She keeps going back to him. So okay,
Yeah.
let's do it then. Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy shit, but
That's when you
I
realise
love.
when you realise how hard that actual windscreen was.
I
How
think,
loud it is when you hit it.
I think to be fair, we'll go through stories like that after we.
Yeah. Anyway, a lot of this is for entertainment purposes, and no one was hurt in the process or filming of this show or whatever, however you want to say it. Nice guy. Happy Wednesday. Punisher XS. Yo.
Yo, motherfuckers.
Mitchell Lawrence. Oi oi. Stuart Murray. Good evening, gentlemen. Jodo Valdez. What's good all? How's it going? Hope XM recovers. I do have a few POs with them on a pedestal. Evening, chaps. How's it going? Cole Hemmings. Good evening, all. Good to see some good new names here. Your Vision. Hey, everyone. Mitchell Lawrence. Have a safe flight. Cheers, brother. Vincent Lee. So thank you very much. Let's all watch the butchering of those names. Yeah. In all fairness, One Piece names aren't that difficult. So that's a benefit.
Very much so.
You can set eBay on an away message. Cheers, man. I'm going to sort that out after the show. Nitrous 17 evening.
Well,
Guys.
I had a fucking blue tick in my
hello.
fucking I had a blue tick in my loft the other day. I forgot to tell you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I went up
Quite
there
small,
to
aren't
get
they?
the Christmas decorations down because we've got the tree on the weekend, right?
Yeah.
So I go up there to get the decorations down, and obviously we've done all the fucking tree. And I don't notice anything, and then the next day it's like, right, I've done with all these boxes and bags and shit, so we can put all them back up, right? Get them out of the way. All the stuff we haven't sort of used and everything else for the kids fucking get them open and wreck it, right? And I go up there and I'm sort of like faffing fucking around. Like, bear in mind, there's like, it's full of boxes and shit. So there's like fucking barely no room. And I get this fluttering above my head and I think, fuck, I've got a bat. I'm like, fucking, like, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm looking and this fucking gorgeous, like absolutely beautiful little bird is like sitting up on the fucking eaves, like looking at me like, you all right, mate? I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I'm like, I don't know my arse from my elbow in terms of like birds. I'm not great, but Jenny's actually pretty good. So I'm like, Jenny, come up here. Got a fucking bird up here. And the loft, she's like, shut up. I said, babe, there's a fucking bird up here. She comes up, she gets up there, she spots it straight. She's like, oh, it's beautiful. It's like a blue tit. It's lovely. Got a video of it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
But
Well,
he's
funny
got-
enough,
he's-
when we went to go get the Christmas tree, Irene, my sister's friend, I said, "Oh, in our back garden, we have a bird box, and I'm actually going to leave it there and see if anything actually uses it. It'd be quite nice." I said, "But the thing is, I don't know if it's a real one or if it's just like a model because it's really small." She goes, "Oh, how small?" I go, "It's literally like that big, and the hole is like that. It's tiny." And she goes, "Oh no, that's for the blue tits."
Yeah, I mean, we've got these grates sort of in the like air fit grates like in the fucking sides. So I said to Jenny, must have fucking flew in from there. I tried to get it down, so I didn't want to fuck with it with like nets or fucking stress it. But I was just like, I left it open. I left the fucking thing open. I turned all the lights off and left it open.
Yeah.
And was like, come on. And it wasn't having none of it. I left it for about like 45 minutes, but it didn't come. So I had to just shut it up
really
there.
wanted to fly in your house.
Nah, I'm flying. I'll open the window and get out. I didn't want. I was worried that I would fucking trap the ball come up there, and then one day I'll be looking for a box or something and find a fucking dead bird in the middle, like laying on it or some shit like that. So it was a bit like that. But it was gorgeous, It was absolutely. At first, I thought it was a fucking canary. When it was like when I was first looking at it, I was like, "Fuck me, that's someone's pet stuck up there."
Yeah.
But Jenny, thankfully, she knows what the fuck she's looking at. So she was like, "Oh, it's a blue tit." I was like, "It's fucking beautiful, that." But it was weird. It's the first time that's ever happened. Like, I don't know if that's a common thing, but for me, that was weird.
We had a squirrel in our loft in Mill Hill, and we had to put those sonic things up there.
It's like a trap.
No, it just like makes a horrible, like really high pitched noise, and then basically they hate it, so they fuck off. But the funny thing is when we went back up there, like they tried to chew through the wires to try and like disable it.
Oh shit!
Awesome. So they knew what it was, and they basically were like, "All right, we're going to fucking have a bit of that." Started chewing through it, but it didn't cut it off, and they gave up.
Do you know why grey squirrels are more than red squirrels? Do you know why that is?
Why?
There are more grey squirrels in our country than there are red.
I don't know. They just breed like fucking rabbits, you know?
Funny thing is that people think that a lot of people think that they kill them. I found out actually a few years ago.
Oh, there's a was it like a wife's tale that isn't true, is there was a thing going around that when they fight, the males, when they fight for who's going to fuck the woman, basically, they rip each other's nuts off.
I don't know about that, but
Yeah.
I know that the reason why we have more of them in this country is because I think red squirrels, like the things that they eat have to be like ripe and ready to be eaten. Whereas in the grey squirrels, they eat them whether they're raw, fucking over, under. They don't give a shit. So food wise, they eat all of the food before the fucking red squirrels get a chance. It's like basically the equivalent of like me and you sitting down to a steak, and I'll eat it rare, and you won't, or I'll eat it overdone, and you won't. So I eat all your food, and you basically are like waiting for the perfect medium ribeye steak, and I'm like, yeah, I'll fucking have it while it's blue, and that's what happens. They just don't have enough food. But I thought that was interesting because, anyway, I digress.
Yeah, this is turning into a fucking wildlife show.
A really wild show. I used to watch that.
I actually heard a joke. The other day. It's like this old guy, and basically he goes to the doctor, and he says, "Oh, yeah, I'm worried about my missus, but she just won't come into the doctor. She just won't. She doesn't like him, and she's just never been that kind of person to go to the doctor." He goes, "What's the problem?" Because I think she's like getting a bit deaf, and I want to get her hearing aid. He goes, "You can do the hearing test at home if you want." He goes, "How do I do that?" He goes, "Well, you stand like 20 feet away, and you say something to her. See if she hears it. If she doesn't hear it, you go 15 feet. You say it again. If she doesn't hear it, go 10 feet. Say it again, and then give me like that's 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and come back and tell me, and I'll get you the hearing aid." So he goes back. He's like, 20 feet. All right. Doris, what's for dinner? Nothing. He goes, "Oh, all right. 15 feet. Doris, love, what's for dinner?" Nah, nothing. All right. 10 feet. Doris, what's for dinner? Fucking hell. Goes right up close. Goes, Doris, what's for dinner? He goes, "Chicken. I told you fucking 4 times." Anyway, let's move on.
You fucking idiot. You're funny.
Where are we? So, Nitrous Evening Guys, Comic O'Leary, A Plus Collectibles, Yo, how you doing? Tommy Curl, hell yeah, boys are back. That's right. Shit, that's right. You're supposed to get cut off unless you contacted me tomorrow. The phone, I got sorted out his phone. I told him last week, and he's like, "Yeah, we saw it out. We still ain't." Geo Nova's shit hot, bro. Is Beastman shipping soon? I think they said something about Beastman, didn't they? Gabriel Gutierrez, what's up, guys? How's it going? District 10, man. District 10 is so overdue. Have you seen District 9?
I watched a little bit with you, but I haven't seen it all the way through.
Yeah. You need to watch that. It's a good film. It's a very good film, actually. AC Luda, The Boys Alive.
In 3D, motherfuckers.
Mitchell Lawrence, I Like Rise of the Foot Soldiers.
Great film.
2004. That's talking about Euro Trip, Football Factory. The thing about Football Factory is that reminds me of when I was in Cavos and it was like playing on every bar. And the bit that literally made me cringe every single time is when he's describing all his injuries. And he's like, 6 broken ribs, 17 stitches, fractured orbital, and then he goes, ruptured testicle. And every time I'm like,
What I remember about that is that me and my cousins watched that and we lasted 6 days in Cavos before we had to come home.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I remember. I know.
I came to the
I don't think that movie helped the situation. I've got to be honest.
I packed my case. I came with you to the airport and literally bought a ticket. And I was there waiting for the plane to go home, going, where the fuck am I going home with you guys? Fuck it, I'm going back.
Well, you didn't do anything wrong. Like you were good. They were fine. To be honest, even to this day, I mean, I question my IQ.
You're retarded. You just gone to another island or fucking.
Should have gone to another island. I don't know why. I think, to be honest with you, though, as well, like I had things going on at home to sort out as well.
Yeah.
But I think I sabotaged myself a little bit, sort of sabotaged everybody else. But no. Anyway, life goes on.
Glad I stayed anyway. I stayed in that apartment until we had a party, and then this fucking northern guy fucking slept in my bed. He fell asleep while we were having a party, and fucking he took so much fucking drugs and stuff that he fucking shit the bed, and then that's when I had to move out. Yeah,
Back up, we're leaving.
I was like, oh, you motherfucker. That's why I can't. I'm just sorry, like, yeah, I can't believe he did that, dirty cunt. Ben is such an underrated actor. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Do you guys know? Do you guys know what other Galaxius pieces beside Magnetostorm, Iron Man, and Cyclops they are going to release? I'm going to pre-order that Magneto. You need to pre-order it. It's actually really nice for the price point. You can get it for. I know there's a lot of markup on it. A lot of the guys are marking up like literally double retail. I'm just trying to think really. Something mentioned that Doctor Doom, I think, came up.
Yeah, Doom's coming. Yeah.
I think they're going to reshuffle the actual plan because Storm was meant to be next. I think they're moving it to be Iron Man next.
Yeah, that's what you told
and
me.
then because of the Fantastic Four, they're going to look into doing like a Doom and something else. They're going to. I mean, it's going to be
another villain, wasn't there? Wasn't there? Doom and.
I don't know. I'll ask him anyway because I'm going to see him in. I'm going to see him in Bangkok actually, so I'm going to ask him there. What else we got?
What he really meant that we're going to bang cocks and see each other.
We're going to do a bit of docking. Do you know what that is?
Nope.
Okay.
Don't Dutch rod at me, you cunt. Don't fucking do that to me.
Yeah. That was the thing where I had to literally Google that and see what it was. And I was like, then I had to explain to you what it was. God. No, what was the other thing I was saying before that? Before the Dutch ruddering threw me off? Yeah, no. Well, we had this conversation, funny enough, about Magneto and about something else while we're in a strip club. And we're in this like booth, and there's like women fucking around us naked, and the guy's going, "Yeah, so we're gonna do the this and this and this." I'm like, "Bro, can this wait? We're like kind of distracted here. We just drunk
Yeah,
like
you're killing my heart on, bro. Relax.
like our fourth tower of beer and like whiskeys and whatever, and there's titties in my face. What the fuck do you want from me?"
Don't talk shop now.
Don't talk business now. But yeah, no. So Doctor Doom did come up anyway. I'll try and find out from him next week if there are any others. You still need to unbox yours and get yours out and do a video for it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I'm a bit fucking crazy. Christmas is crazy, bro, in my house. I'm not joking. Do you not notice where I'm sitting? Yeah. It's not my usual seat. I'm right up the other end of the room.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking chaos in my house. Look at the fucking look.
Yeah. We still need to do the awards.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. For fuck's sake.
I messaged the mods, right, and I go, "Hey guys, here's the list. Can you give me some feedback on what you you think are your top threes of these things?" No cunt replied. I was like, "You motherfuckers!"
They're all getting fired in the morning.
Yo, Ben Affleck's a good actor, has some good movies, but him as Batman is a crime. Nah, I don't agree.
Nah, sorry, bro. You're on your fucking own there, Edwin.
Ben Affleck's a good.
My fucking Batman. That's the best Batman for me.
The movie Air with Ben Affleck and Damon is pretty good. Is that about Jordan or something?
Yeah, I ain't seen that one.
No. What's in the box? Collectibles. Yo, what's up, yo? Showing some love from Toronto. Thank you very much.
Appreciate the love, man. Thanks.
Good to see you here. Yeah, the Grey Squirrels are taking over from the Red. So David Attenborough. Really wild shows.
That's it. They are. I'm glad you caught it. Well done.
McKelly Strachan. And I think Red Squirrels is mainly in Scotland and Wales now.
Yeah, they are.
Just Squirrel Talk. Happy JCG. How you doing? Yo, yo, yo. Let me just catch up with these really quickly. Dante Diss in the House Evening Boys. Haggis Muncher. That's a new one. What's up?
Yeah. Hey, I was chatting to him.
Nelson Ortego. Is there a shortage of nuts? So the Grey Squirrels tear and eat up the squirrels' nuts. Yeah. Fucking prawns. Yeah, that's District 9. District 9 is brilliant. Sequel's long overdue. Cannot wait for it. Ben Affleck's Armageddon DVD commentary is legendary. Totally changed my view of him. Guy has a great sense of humour and has no issues calling out the absurdity of the film. I love Armageddon, by the way. George cried during Armageddon.
I did, and that scene actually, the Ben Affleck scene, where he you know, that their relationship, that was what made me. That was what broke me a little bit.
Yeah,
because obviously I didn't, you know, I mean, I grew up without a dad, so that sort of moment where he sort of like he saves him, you know what I mean, and throws him in, and then he has to quickly, as he's going back up the thing, he has to quickly fucking tell him how he really feels about him. In like a split second, he's like fucking, you know what I mean. That was just a really powerful like moment. Like for me in film, I just thought, fucking hell, that started to hit me right in the nuts. That did. That hurt. I was actually nobbing somebody and watching it with them and started crying off. It wasn't good.
No, I remember them telling me.
Yeah, it didn't stop them from getting more nobbing, but the point was anyway that it probably I should have saved that shit for you know, like on your own screening. I wasn't really expecting that sort of feelings to come up, but they did. So
I had to fight it. I had to hold it back a little bit with Green Mile. Like, you know, like
no, that didn't do nothing to me.
Yeah,
fucking kill him. Fucking simple cunt. Fucking twitch quick. Fucking.
I'm tired of Mars.
Right, yeah. So fucking flick it.
There's a video I watched the other day. It's fucking hilarious, right? Do you know the guy, the nasty cunt? What, the little horrible guy?
Yeah, it's the same guy who plays Hammer, fucking whatever it is, from Iron Man.
No, not that one.
What are you talking about?
That's you're talking about Sam Rock, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Rockwell.
Because that's Sam Rockwell's the guy from fucking the clown movie as well, who gets done at the
Yeah,
beginning.
no,
the guard who's a cunt.
Oh yes,
Percy. That's it. Yeah, Percy.
Yeah.
There's a video of him walking around, and he's like fucking with Michael Clark Duncan. Is that his name?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he's like fucking with him constantly, and he's like calling him Ving Rhames, and he's like messing with him, and he's like going, I ain't no Ving Rhames. He's like, yeah, all right, Ving. And he puts it on his like trailer, and he keeps like messing with him and stuff like that. It's actually quite a funny video. No shit. Yo, how's it going, Carl? Leon, yo, everyone. I forgot to reply to your top 3 statues. Yeah, you fucking forgot.
Fired, Stuart.
You haven't done so. Yep, there you go. Thanks, Nelson.
Thank nothing, bro. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, Percy the Guard. There we go. All right, so should we get on to the shizzle then? Should we get on to the shizzle?
Go on, let's go.
Let's do. Hold up. So that was God, man, how many screens? Oh, yeah, no, I want that one. I was like, shit, what have I got open there? I was like, exploring the little tab saying the amateur, and I'm like, shit, have I got porn open already? I forgot about the fucking film to look up.
I'll send you the link, man. I'll send you the trailer if you want.
The problem with like, I don't watch a lot of trailers now because trailers are like made for fucking idiots now. And the way they make them, they give away so much.
Yeah, sure.
It's not like a teaser where, you know, you look at it and you're like, oh, fucking hell, okay.
Yeah, but we had during the 90s, 80s, 90s, and even the early 2000s, we had that perfect balance where it gave you a bit but not too much. Now it's either gives you nothing or gives you everything. Yeah. There's no fucking middle. The teasers is like, what was that? You look at it and you're like, is that a dragon? Is that a dragon? What was that? And then it's like, you know, fucking hell.
You watch it now, you're like, I've just literally seen the whole fucking movie. And like, they got like a 3-minute trailer and it's like the whole movie. And you're just like...
A synopsis.
Oh, really?
What?
Percy the Guard was Toombs.
Yeah, it is, yeah. I was about to tell you that. Yeah, it is, yeah.
Was he really?
Yeah, that's him, yeah.
Holy shit. No, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, it is him, man. Toombs, man. The stretchy guy. gets out of the
Yeah. They actually had 2 episodes, I think. I think he had a comeback as well, didn't he? Because I think
Yeah, I think so. It's very popular, very popular.
Oh wow! What's the best place to pre-order? That's a tough one because you're in. If that's the Leon I'm thinking of, you're in UK, so there's no one in UK distributing them, unfortunately. Because I did ask my contact about it, and he goes no, and he gave me a link of them, and they're all like Hong Kong and whatever else, which would mean you'd pay.
Leon, PM me, man. I'll fix you up, bro.
Yeah,
I know someone. Hit me up.
We'll sort them out anyway.
PM me.
Cat Dad. We've done Jones made live finally. Thanks for all your help. Anytime, my friend.
Did you give
Anytime.
him a reach around, did you?
Gave him a good old reach around, Mr. Was he from Candyland? Remember that's where he's from. Sugarland, Candyland. I sent him a parcel before and it was just like, that ain't your address. It sounds like you live in a fucking brothel. It's like Candyland or Sugarland. Doug
69 Candyland.
Looney Bin Jim in Punisher Warzone. Okay. We'll do Geo. Yep. All right. So screen share. My laptop really slow today. Yeah, Sugarland. He says. It just sounds like the Bunny Ranch or whatever it is. You know, like it sounds like a proper brothel. Yeah, Sugarland. All right. So, do you want to say a bit about Spec Fiction?
Yeah. So obviously, mad shout out to our sponsors, Speculate Fiction, Todd Johnson. If you don't know him already, Spec Fiction shop. We should definitely be checking out. The socials are underneath, so definitely have a little look and see. And you know, if you don't know anything about Todd and Spec Fiction, have been going on for a little while now. They've been in the game for a long old time, and they can pretty much help you with most of your sort of statue needs. If you're into something particular lines, they have them. If you're after some fantastic sale orders as well, you've got the weekly wonders going on over here, and they seem to be getting a bigger list every single week. So things are being added to it, and it's getting crazy. So there's quite heavily discounted stuff in there. So if you're after something and maybe the price put you off, this is the time.
Yeah, this week we got like a Cyber Week as well now, so it's even more. So you got like
it's like Black Friday shit, isn't it?
One Piece stuff as well. So for example, this Big Mama, from One Piece, they've got the deals where. Sorry, I'm going a bit slow. If you pay, they literally had it as well, which they don't have anymore, but it literally had an allocation of it. Obviously, that if you spent, I think $5,000, you got or $4,000, you got 50% off. So that's obviously gone now because a few people used that up. So yeah, loads of pieces in there.
Is that Godzilla up there?
Ooh, I did see Godzilla. There you go.
Yeah, Godzilla.
Yeah.
There's Cave Troll.
There's loads of bits. Where's that Megatron? All right. Oh yeah, that's the one I saw in person. Yeah, they gave me a hoodie actually. Yeah, Robertson. That's the one where you talk to it, and they've got like a Buzz Lightyear and all that business, and you kind of say to it like, "Hey Buzz, to infinity." He goes, "To infinity and beyond," and his mouth actually moves. It's quite creepy actually.
Yeah, really that's just too small soldiers for me, bro.
Oh, he's Welsh. The Buzz is definitely very small soldiers.
Oh. But these definitely are not in order. Okay. So I got in the fan art Nova piece over the last week. This is a quarter scale. I'll do. This is a quarter scale Nova. I got in from the company that I like. I don't know what this is, but I bought this from actually a collector. So mad love to him. I think it's him. The name is a girl, but he spoke to me like a man. So I don't know.
He spoke to you like a man.
Yeah, like mate and all that kind of shit. Girls don't really chat like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, my missus don't speak to people like that. So yeah,
it can be a relationship hazard any day. That's from Small Soldiers. There are actually Small Soldier models, and they look great. And who's that guy? Yeah. That was the guy. Oh God,
Good enough.
fucking, no, the one he's like quite a good-looking guy. He's got like shaved head. He's got like tattoos all across the side of his head.
Oh, fuck.
Quite
Joyce.
Danny Joyce.
Danny Joyce.
Yeah, he's got. I said like the set of those. They look great. They look really
He's got
good.
some epic shit, to be fair.
He just moved out, so I don't know what's going on there. He's got like a different display setup, but yeah.
So I got this one. This is like one of their older pieces from the Cosmic line. I'm waiting for the right price on this for a while because I was too slow for this. So the interesting thing is the base has got this it has this charge on it. So basically you see the electricity and things that are going around it.
Yeah.
If you shine a black light on them, they glow.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if you leave them, right, if you leave them in, you put them in your display, and you turn the lights off, they glow.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it's the same with like his chest plates and his wrist bits and the thing that basically goes around the thingy, the power thing on his arm.
Yeah.
So it all sort of glows. It's all charged by the light, which is just really fucking cool. I didn't know that.
It's funny, the other day I was talking about this with someone, and we said about how if you have black lights in your collection, it's actually really surprising how much hidden details there are on some statues. And I think I said, George bought one for his Bane, and there's like all this little subtle stuff that you don't actually see normally. Yeah.
I mean, Bane has the eyes, his belt, and the pipes all glow up.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you think, man, but that's Arnie, innit?
Yeah.
That's well fucking Arnie, that. Like, if you look at like the profile as well, like if you keep going, I don't know if these are in order, but it's fucking well Arnold Schwarzenegger, that is. I was looking at that, I was like, I couldn't like.
There's probably more like the Contra version of Arnold. Do you know, like when they ripped off, but
yeah, I just couldn't shake it off. Like I was looking at it, like the Armaster is a decent portrait. Like it's painted well. It's nice portrait. But I couldn't get away from Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger. I was like, like a trim Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You dirty little whore. I see the Dormammu in the background there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just couldn't get past it. I thought it was awesome. So this is like one of the art. This is like the power, like the cosmic arm. It's sort of like his glove is actually in there as well, which is pretty cool. He's got like a clenched fist in there, which is awesome.
Got Hellstrom behind there as well, sneaky.
Who?
Hellstrom.
Yeah. This is one of the hands, the right hand that basically holds the glove. The problem with this, though, is the keys there. If you look closely at the key, they're very smooth.
Yeah.
So they slip out. That one slipped. That one slipped. That will slip out. So I had to put a little bit because it's like an older piece. I don't know if it's a weak magnet or if there's just not enough. I just put a little. You know what I did? I put a little bit of blue tack around the peg.
Oh, don't use blue tack.
No, but like white tack.
Like white. If you've got like museum putty, that's fine. But blue tack secretes oil and it will.
Yeah. But I put a tiny bit around the metal peg, pushed it in.
Okay.
And it's like fine. I mean, to be honest with you, it holds, but I was like spinning it around and taking pictures and touching it and fucking part of it. One of the hands actually came off. And I was a bit like, oh, okay. And I looked at it. I was like, how has that happened? It's just really fucking smooth.
Yeah.
Like there's absolutely nothing there. So there's the helmet as well that he actually holds. Because you've got the two displays here where you've got the unmasked and he's holding the helmet in his hand.
That could help. I'm sure that's just what we are talking about, like an American thing.
Yeah.
Portrait looks like it was modeled after Prime One Bruce Wayne. I think that's Bruce Wayne portrait from the Hushback Cave. Yeah. I got that.
Long before that.
Oh, it's Jay in the house. How you doing, Jay? Hope everything's going well with the new place, and hopefully hopefully that contact got in touch with you about your cabinets, mate. Have you seen the pictures of his new house?
No, I've seen them, man.
Oh God, I'll have to share them with you. It's fucking ridiculous. it's like something out of a movie. It's crazy. There you go. Then that's how he's holding it there.
Yeah, it's holding it sort of like up against his thigh.
Yeah.
So if you want to display it with that sort of unmasked portrait, if you're digging that sort of look, it's fucking
Yeah,
straight.
because also you would think as well that, when you would have that kind of holding the head like that, it would be a bit more into it, so it's kind of got nowhere to go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like, that's got a bit of a gap, so there's no kind of friction stopping it going down.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Ross Carter in the house. How are you doing, my man?
Yo, brother.
Hope you both doing well. Cheers. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good Morgan.
I'd love to get over to Australia one day, to be honest. What's up, brothers?
Don't really think we're from fucking that place anyway.
Some people do, yeah. Oh, Tyler's just woken up as well. How's it going? Looking forward to seeing you soon, my man. It does look quite a bit Arnie, doesn't it?
Oh, I think so, but I love it. I would love it.
Yeah, I like that. Imagine the magic, the cosmic charger is nice, and then also the texturing on that black part there.
This one thing is like, you know what I mean? I like the anatomy on this as well. It's got a proper fucking athletic body, like a real, almost, I want to say almost gymnast like body.
Yeah.
Sort of like really fucking well muscled and put together, but not like endomorphic in any way. It's more like really, like a well
I love the
athletic
way as well
physique.
that you get the piece, and you're meant to be like happy and kind of praising the piece that you've just got in, and you still fucking throw in a bit where Lego fucking gets turned into Lego by Thanos.
Which so what?
Wasn't it you who put the picture up where he gets turned to Lego by Thanos?
Yeah,
Yeah. So you're meant to be all like praising the piece you've got, and you're like, oh, fuck it, let's just bring Thanos back into the equation.
I guess so what you can do. But I mean, this is like, the what I really like, especially about this sort of like lot, which I enjoy the most, is they do a lot of really good work with textures.
Yeah.
Like their texture stuff is really good. So like, this sort of thing has got like 3 or 4 different textures just on the body alone. With it's got like the metal armor bit, and then it's got like the suit underneath it. There's almost like a Kevlar-y sort of style. And then you've got like the heavy sort of like plates and shit. So it's all like it just balances. See, like there, you've got like the texture going up the sort of thigh. You've got that smooth sort of metallic sort of metal, and then you've got like what can only be described when you look at the back of the piece in the boots. You've got all this sort of like different kind of materials all together, and they all have a little bit of a differentiating texture.
Yeah, and also you got the on the metal parts, you actually got like a bit of like dinks and wear on there.
Exactly, yeah. So it's I just love the way that they do that. I think that when you look at the piece in its entirety, and you look at it like that, you've got the mask and the fucking, the metallic parts of that sort of like the steel or whatever it is. And you like that. I mean, just look at that. It's got a mesh going underneath the arm and stuff, the spikes and the fucking big heavy body plates up there as well on the chest. It's just really, really good use of texturing on that.
Yeah.
I like the helmeted portrait as well, though. That's really cool. And you get like sort of like the plain fist as well on the other side. That looks just fucking cool, doesn't it?
I think I prefer the helmeted head.
I like the
More
helmet.
iconic, isn't it?
I just like it. I think it's got this Judge Dreddy sort of look to it, which I love. He's doing that thing with his fucking sort of unimpressed mouth face.
They got that, the way Dredd does that real. Actually, it's not as extreme as that though, because Dredd always has that real extreme kind of like. You can't even do it like that.
Skin situation, isn't it?
No, the mouth is like down like that.
Yeah, it is a little bit down. It's just not as violent as that, but it's got a Dredd sort of element to it for sure. Then plates will glow up as well under the lights.
Man. I've got my shit. I was going to say I've got my shit sorted out, but now I'm going to be abroad. Actually, I might even be on better time frame if you want to get me on one of your shows. I did promise you, and we'll sort something out, my man. Punisher Excess. I'm digging this piece.
Yeah, it took me a while to get this.
I have had
it took me
piece.
a while. Yeah, it took me a while to like get this in. I was looking for the right sort of price for this.
Oh, you.
But I'm very happy with it. It came out really nice, and it goes in with my cosmic stuff. So part of the Annihilators thing, you know, with Better Ray Bill, and you've got Ronan. So I've got Better Ray Bill Ronan. I actually need a Gladiator at the cat back. I mean, fucking have a day off. Have a fucking day off, will you? Look at the tapering of the waist and the shoulders back, sort of retracted, sort of like scapula going on there.
This is me when I just after I stopped
In
training.
your fucking dreams, bro. You are that little skinny blue bit where is left off.
It is, but that's all you.
And then it looks like when you sort of like shine a little bit of a black light on it.
Oh, it looks like a light up.
It really does. It's the best I've ever seen, for sure. Look at that.
Yeah.
So if you had a black light shining over the top of this, like a bulb or something, it would just light up like that. I think it looks fucking well cool.
Yeah. Maybe there's something again like you need to kind of look into where, you know, when you have the displays, it's actually fitting lights and fucking backlights. You just get so many wires. Jesus, that's cool.
And I'm not joking. Do you know what's funny? This is like a really small torch. It's
I've seen it.
It's about this big, and the bulb in it is about this fucking wide across in diameter. And I just went like that and put it on it just to check it.
Yeah.
And it was it just went all fucking nuts.
I think this was meant to be the first picture.
Yeah, that's fine. That's the box they're coming. It's actually a really like narrow and not very big box. It's not perfect. But the figure stands like, you know, from base to head, I think it's like about 22, 23 and a half, 23 inches.
Which point?
Oh no, he's in the loft, bro. I got nowhere to put him.
Did you rebox him?
I had to. I had no choice. At the moment, I didn't want to. Believe me, I didn't want to. But at the moment, I have no choice. I've got the Grey Hulk and Betty Ross on her way, and I have a place for that. And at the moment, Moon Knight is sitting in it. So Moon Knight is going to be boxed up and put in a loft as well.
Yeah.
So things.
You know what I was like thinking the other day? I was just like, you know, my bathroom I think is too big.
Yes.
I just think it's unnecessarily big. And I was thinking to myself, if I moved my bathroom to my little room, which isn't like the littlest room anyway, it's like I think it's like 240 by like 4 meters, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, if we move into that room, and then I basically pull down that wall, and have that little fucking walk-in room, and have that bathroom and that as one big room, that'd be an epic collection room.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, and then also, the actual other bathroom is above that little room. So I'm like,
so piping and shit like that. Yeah. What?
Because that was the expensive thing. Is if you want to get another shit stack put in, it's quite like it'd be like $2,000 to do that. So if you've already got it above it, then you know. So I was thinking about that, going like,
so definitely an option.
Yeah, definitely.
You'd have 2 small bathrooms. That's the only problem.
Yeah, but I don't think it's that small still, because you could still put a bath, and it would fit.
It just ain't. And it's like a. I think your upstairs bathroom is absolutely monstrous in terms of the size of it.
Yeah, it's not necessarily big.
It's a lot of negative space for sure. You could definitely do something with that if you wanted to. But I think that's a great idea.
Well, I was just considering it, you know, and then obviously not now. It's not. I don't have the money to do it now. But
never know. It's good to have a spec like that. Options.
When we're thinking about, okay, we need to redo the bathroom, then that maybe pop up.
Well, I mean, we're pushing now because our fucking our mortgage thing is up now.
Oh yeah.
So we're like, and I'm saying to Jenny, and I'm saying I think we should push to do a year, and then get out, like a year to sell it, year to sell a house and go. So that's sort of where we're at the minute. Where we're thinking it's just like, you know, probably another year, and sort of try and get out of it, try and get it, and like focus on getting sort of out and gone. So that's what we're talking about.
To be honest with you, I mean, like being here, I mean, I was obviously like, you know, oh my God, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Now we're here is not bad. still can't complain. You know, it's
I was talking about you earlier. I mean, yeah, I bet you don't see. The thing is that you're sort of a very relaxed kind of person. I said that whatever way you look at it, the situation is better. Like you're in a better position now than you were previous.
yeah,
You're in a better area because I mean I hate Watford. I've got to be honest. I fucking hate Watford. So
yeah,
you being out of there is the best possible thing. So and I said, at the end of the day, that's what I'm sort of looking for us. I'm looking for better. I'm not looking for perfect. I'm just looking for better. I'm looking for perfect. I'll never go nowhere. We need to just look for better, which is, what? We want to be sort of like, in a better position, just in terms of locality, you know what I mean? We want to be sort of somewhere, I don't want to be quite closer to the beach. I want to be near to the forest and the woods. Like, I want the boys like a little bit more of a hamlety sort of small town feeling. I don't want them here. It's understanding that my oldest son is 6, so I don't have these problems yet because he doesn't leave my persons. He goes to school, yes, but he doesn't like be like, oh, Dad, I'm just going to go catch up with my mates, or I'm going to go do this, whatever. There's none of that yet. But when that fucking comes, I don't know if I want to be here. So it's a bit like, we need to fucking start thinking about that before it happens,
Well, you
Because
got to think
kids as
about
well,
as
they
well,
start making connections soon.
you
Real
got to think about when
connections
we
with
were
people.
kids, and the things we kind of got up to. That's going to happen.
I just think to myself, But anyway, that's what I'm looking into. So with all these things going in the loft, at the minute I'm just thinking like, get them up there. When I set up my next room, I have like Ronan and like the cosmic pieces all sort of together. I'll change it all around, and mix it up a little bit. But at the moment, I'm thinking along the lines. At the minute, I've got a Superman up there. I've got the premium format. If anybody needs a Mythos original Darth Maul, hit me up. I've got one of them up there, and I'm not collecting that line anymore. At the moment, Merman's up there, Trapjaw's up there.
I've always
They're
sold
up there. I've sold them, but they need to be paid for.
Yeah.
I'm not shipping them till they've been paid for. So, but they're
Has he
boxed
paid
and away.
fucking Bishop yet?
No.
God, fuck's sake.
But anyway, there's things up there. So,
Aiden, how you doing? Aiden Goldie. God, Nitro's 17. Yeah, Geo, that's right. I look for better. Again, I just think that, there was so many things where I was like, oh my God, what we're doing. Oh my God. And now we're here. Even Mary, we go. The other day, I had the baby strapped to my chest. I had the dog on the lead. Walked along the beach. Walked up, picking up fucking shells and whatever else. And then, Mary's just like, this is awesome. This is great. So yeah, no, it's nice. It is really nice.
the thing is that the problem that I have is I'm not as relaxed as you. I like to prepare more than you do. I like to know more. I'm not sort of more of a like, I could never do what you did. You went up there once, you were there for a few days, and then you bought somewhere up there. I can't do that.
Yeah.
That can't be done. No, I personally can't do it. I need more than that. I need to see all the schools. I need to look around the infrastructure. I need to check doctors' surgeries
out.
out.
The school. We saw the local GPs and stuff. We did look at things. We didn't just.
I need to see all the choices, and all the local areas. I need, it won't. I need to be like, I would probably have to stay in all of them areas surrounding for at least a week, live it a bit, and then see what it's like. But the problem that I have is that my wife is like me on steroids. So for example, I would describe it like this. I wouldn't want to do things until my ducks all in a row, and I've probably got about 4 ducks. Yeah, my wife's got 417 ducks, so no one's doing shit until them ducks are fucking lined up. So it's just about trying to.
That way, you're never going to do anything.
But that's it. Thank you. That's exactly the point that we were discussing and I was making today.
Yeah,
it was like the way that we are, the way that you are, and I'm a little bit like that, but you're worse. So it's your fault. But
better, not worse.
the way that you are is that we ain't going to be able, like, everything needs to be sort of in the right place before anything sort of can happen, and nothing will ever be, won't be able to get everything right. We're going to have to risk something. We're going to have to. Otherwise, nothing will ever be. So I am looking at it. But hopefully we'll do this, and then we'll see where we are in sort of like, the thing is they say it's 12 months, but it's more like 15, 16 months. So
to sell your house? Or?
No, like mortgage wise, that's what it is. By the time you lock it all up and do it all, it'll be like 15 or 16 months. So then we just need
how much you got left, or what?
No, because you don't want to leave. You don't want to sell and leave with, otherwise you've got to pay. Yeah. So you want to do it. You want to plan it so that you're sort of moving. You want to be going when it's over. When your year is done, you want to be fucking sort of on your way out of there or done. You understand what I'm saying? Either before or just after.
So you're saying you've got a year left?
No, I'm going to go into another year. I'm going to do one more year, and then I'm going to try. We will try and see.
I thought you meant you had a year left. You're going to try and pay it all off, and then by the time you pay it, you're going to move. So I didn't get it. Okay.
We're going to do it.
All right. Let's get back on topic. Jesus Christ, this one's going all over the fucking place. All right, so this is where we at today, right? Do you like my thumbnail?
I do. I don't like my picture. I never do.
Well, could you send me a good picture?
I feel like I'm having a shit in that photo. I could be having a shit. It's a bit of a face, but that's all right. Do you want to send
me a picture then?
Sorry.
Send me a picture, and then I'll try. I looked for some pictures. There aren't any.
I've only known you for 35 years, but never mind, eh?
Yeah, but what do you want to use a picture from 10 years ago?
Yeah, put me on there when I was 7.
A picture where you're like standing in the mirror and you're doing that with your fucking massive arms 10 years ago, and you want to use that one.
Still got the arms, don't worry.
Anyway, so yeah, no, I couldn't resist it. I had to do this.
Well, there's loads of shit going on in it. It's like, it's alarming. Right? The stuff we're getting sent all the time is crazy.
I think I think we're in a good position as well, where, you know, I think there's a lot of people out there who are and have been haters of XM from day one.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think there are groups out there where people will just, any little thing, they'll pick up on it and they'll run with it and make it bigger than it is to a degree.
Yeah.
And I think where, you know, I worked for XM. I was there for 4 or 5 years, maybe. I can't remember how long it was. I was there for a long time, and I'm still on good terms, I believe, with Ben, I believe. Until after this show, I think. I have conversations with Ben, and anything I say on this show today, I have no problem with having this discussion with Ben in person, or I have had it with him previously. I've had a lot of conversations with him where I'll tell him exactly how I think and what my opinion is, and he'll tell me why that can't be done. And there are a lot of reasons and things behind the scenes why things cannot be done that can't be discussed, which is really difficult because obviously you want to be telling everyone everything, but you can't all the time.
Of course.
So we're going to go through the things which are shown online and the things which, you know, have been put out there and how people are viewing it. And we're going to give our side of it. And what we'll do at the end of this is we'll give our viewpoint. You know, we'll give our, you know, we're always very harsh to a lot of companies. And I want to say this as well is because we want these companies to do the best. We want these companies to achieve what they can achieve. And I think a lot of the time they need a kick up the arse. So that's it.
Well, yeah, but wait a minute. We have our XM Dick Rider fucking t-shirts. Let's not get too carried away here. XM have done some magnificent things over the last like 5-6 years in the industry and are a company leader. There's no doubt about that. But the bottom line is that they're also not immune. We will. There's no. You will, like you say, there's nothing you wouldn't say to anybody's face. It's like the same thing. You know, I say things and you saw last week. I'm not playing any games. If I don't like somebody, I don't care who's sitting on there. I'm going to make it abundantly clear, and that would be the same in person. In fact, it'd be worse in person because I would be very antagonizing if I don't like somebody, just because I would want them to react, and then I would flatten them. That's pretty much how I operate as a rule. I will antagonize you until you say something stupid, then I'm going to smash your fucking canister open in front of everybody. That's what will happen. So it's nothing personal. It's just this is the situation. XM, these things are going on, and we need to talk about it because, in fairness, some of the moves that they're making are fucking crazy. Some of the shit their retaliation, well, not retaliation, but their response to some of the stuff that's being said is fucking alarming. Like, they're making their shit much worse. So let's get into it anyway.
Yeah. I just want to know what's happening with symbiote transformation. Cat Dad, we spoke about them last week. We spoke about them last week, actually, the pedestals. Welcome to the Mortgage Talk. I've joined late and been scrolling back, trying to find the XM bit, and sit here for Alex's amateur MILF internet history, George eating rare steaks, and pictures of grey squirrels. You're on time, man. You're on time.
Yeah, so, welcome to Team RaddTitan, man. This is the thing with us, man. We're just ourselves.
So this is the thing. Let me run through it first of all.
Go.
Because there's a lot of stuff to run through, right?
Go.
So the concerning points are, first of all, things like this popping up, which are TikTok, the Chinese version of TikTok, which is Douyin was saying. Chinese version of TikTok, and there's all of these factories selling XM products at reduced prices. And on top of that, then there's people then taken away from this and saying, well, XM is selling these products because they've lost the Marvel license. When you look through the list, I mean, that's all DC. You look through the list, that's Marvel. You look through the list, that's Ultraman, Marvel. So it is a mixture of things anyways. I don't know. We did actually get a response from XM to say, we'd love to be on the podcast last minute, but it's last minute, sorry. One thing we'd love to clarify ASAP is that we currently still do have the Marvel license. That was the only thing they responded to. I sent them a big list of things that we wanted feedback on because we were going to raise it. They didn't. They just said they didn't have enough time because, in all fairness, we did send it to them today. One of the points that we said that we had problems with and we were going to cover was, first of all, the lack of releases. So the lack of things that are coming out from XM. The next thing was there was a promise of an update calendar, which hasn't been seen yet. And that was about a month ago now. Next one was the clear use of AI for important communications, which kind of shows that, or appears that they're not taking things seriously. They're using ChatGPT or that or anything similar as a way of responding to things. And if anyone uses it on a regular basis, you can clearly see when it's being used. You can spot it from a mile off. There's just words that you use constantly. There's the little rocket emoji, which is used all the time in ChatGPT, and there's all these things. So that sparks alarms as well, because you should be having a marketing team or a social media team who should be responding. Then, obviously, this kind of thing where the factories are selling off XM stock in online auctions. Rumors going around, which they've said is not the case, but you don't know about the Marvel license being lost. That's popped up quite a few times by different people.
Some names that's been popping up for quite powerful names. They're not idiots.
Quite big names who have been in the hobby for quite a long time, for sure.
It's not hard. It's not easy to ignore the people talking. They have a respect, and they have a respect, and they have a pedigree. And I'm sorry to say it, but that fucking means something.
Sure.
If you've been in this game a long time and you're out there saying X, Y, and Z, you ignore that at your peril. I'm fucking telling you now. So if you don't listen, that's fine. But it weren't no idiot that told you, and that's a problem.
XM standard. Community average months. Yeah, of course. I can't grasp XM didn't provide barely any updates. Customers would have been happy with daily updates. I think that's the point as well, is if they are open in their communication, even if it's just to say, hey guys, we need a few more days. We're just collaborating stuff. We're getting stuff together. Even if you just have that kind of communication, say to people that you're there, you are doing it or whatever, it's something, and people know that there's something happening, or you're saying something's happening. And just to be radio silent is unacceptable, totally unacceptable, and totally fucking amateur, really amateur.
The real problem with this as
I
well.
still got a big list as well. Sorry,
Sorry,
I still got a big list to go through. Let me just go
Gordon.
through these things so that we um, the look. Oh yeah, so the next thing as well is these transformer busts, which this is meant to be a factory update
Oh dear.
about these two products, and it looks, from someone who has seen 1,000 factory updates, this looks like the biggest load of bullshit going. You would never have these
No,
two products together with one guy
no,
painting for them. You would
no.
have a line of each. You'd
Yeah.
literally have, I don't know
Oh,
how many they sold. Let's say they sold 20. You would have all 20 of them in a line, and they would all be painted at the same time.
yeah.
Secondly, I'm like 90% sure that you would never have the lights on while you're painting.
No.
That makes absolutely zero sense.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's not on there, but the lights are on there on Optimus Prime's eyes. Then also, this guy's
But,
hands are totally clean. The gun is clean. There's no paint coming out of it. And it just looks like a real staged shot.
terribly
By
staged as
holding
well
it.
from someone who should know better.
All the lights are on there. It just looks like, what the fuck? Then you go into this, he's doing this thing with finger, doing whatever. It just looks like total BS. It just does not look like a proper factory update. I've never seen a factory update where there's two different products and nothing else on the benches at all. It's
Yeah,
just, and there's like these constant, like, this guy holding the gun. I think he's even got the trigger down there, look. There's nothing coming out. If you look at his finger, it looks like he's holding the trigger down.
yeah. But the thing is, man, it's like you're saying, the lights are on that. You ain't spraying that with the fucking lights on. There's no way.
Yeah. So
The real concern with
hold
this.
on. Sorry. Hold on. I know you want to say something. Sorry, but let's just go through the stuff first. Sorry.
No, but we won't
That is
get
a
back to it,
factory
Alex.
shot.
If you go through every
That is
picture,
a fucking factory shot.
yeah, that's a factory shot.
That is a factory shot, even.
Yeah. The problem is with this, though, dude, is the real alarm with this isn't these pictures. The real alarm is why. Why do they want to show this? What are they? That is deception. That's hiding. That's the real concern with these pictures. The real concern is that this is their idea of a response. So let's get into something. XM, the people that are fucking work for XM or that should be putting out these kind of pictures should know and have seen thousands of these shots, like real ones. So if you're going to stage it, fucking stage it right. Get all your Optimus Primes out and take the fucking, don't put the, I mean, having the thing in the shot and pointing it at the thing is really bad. You don't see that kind of shit. When you see, when you see people in the background painting, you see very few of them actually painting when pictures are being taken.
Yeah.
They're most sitting by it and stopping so you can take the picture. So having your hand up there and showing it like that is just like crazy. It's like you want the people to see that it's being painted, and it's not. The lights are on. They'll never be on. There's nothing coming out of that gun that your trigger's down, and this trigger, you're showing it in the shot. The person who's painting is taking that picture. That's how it looks. That's how it looks.
His hands on the chest and his hands there.
It looks like that. The angle is somebody's over his shoulder while he's doing that.
They wouldn't be doing that, though.
You wouldn't. No.
That close to him while he's painting, though.
But the question, the terrifying part is why? Why would you do this?
Yeah.
What are you trying to hide here? What this now? And people are smart. Like people know, and they're just like, wow. And then their alarm bells are ringing even harder. They're like, what are they trying to hide by putting out these shots like this?
Well, it was like Stuart Murray, basically, when if these guys had any kind of intelligence, you would just Photoshop. And basically, Stuart Murray went on his phone and did a basic, like, little Photoshop thing. Look at
God, yeah,
that.
that's so much
Like
better.
basic Photoshop, like basic edit. Did that. If that came out like that, you would still question why Optimus Prime was there. You'd still be a bit
But you
like,
might think that his road goes down there.
okay. Yeah, but you would assume that
You might
that's the
think
case.
his road
Yeah,
stops down that
literally.
way.
Yeah, that is like, something that they put together, and it's just like hilarious. This is a guy just doing on his. I mean, actually, Stuart seems pretty good on there. I don't want to take anything away from Stuart because he does seem pretty good on Photoshop at times.
Wow.
Oh,
Who
man,
have they got doing this business? Who is doing this?
I don't
Who
know who they
Who
use.
posted that shot?
I think it was just sent out. I mean, then it was reshared by the Christian who reshares stuff. Christian would just I don't blame Christian at all because he just reshares whatever they tell him. So they posted it and then he's posted it. So
I would never. I've got to be honest. Just out of, I couldn't. If they sent me this and said, "Can you share this?" I'd say no.
yeah,
There's no way in hell I'm sharing that because you look fucking privy to this shit, and it's really fucking
lights
bad.
would have masking tape all over them while
Yeah.
spraying. Tip. Okay, thanks SB. It's like they moved from the gallery to the factory floor just for these pics. It does look like that. Between XM Studios and Tweeters, it seems that these statue companies fail at the most basic rules of business. Communication is cheap and effective. Not using it makes me believe there's a bigger problem. That's the problem
Yes.
with today's day and age. Today's day and age, you have this fucking thing which is like so powerful and it's like so effective, right? I could be taking a shit and I could be contacting anybody in the world. I could be sitting there taking a shit, messaging, whatever. I could do whatever update I want to do from this, and it will take me seconds. So there's no excuse anymore for radio silence. No excuse. No. It's the same as when there's custom people. When there was that guy doing the Judge Dredd, for example, and he goes, "Sorry, I've been this, I've been that. My dog died, my this died, my that died." Dude, it takes 2 minutes for you to say, "I'm sorry, guys, I have no update. I've got a lot of family problems. I'll get back to you next week." It takes seconds to do that, and it's just like people fob me off, and it's just like it's
But,
just
but
yeah.
Alex, this doesn't take seconds. This has been set up and
Oh yeah,
taken
I mean, I
time.
know we're talking about
And
communication here.
no, but listen to what I'm saying. That's worse. What you're saying is just about communicating and letting people know where they're at. This now looks, from everybody who's got an IQ above 74, this looks like, oh my God, they're in big trouble. They've put two statues that don't go together, that would never be on the same bench. They've got a guy with his hand out with a fucking gun. They've got the lights on. What are they doing? Why are they doing this? What's happened? This is more alarming than the silence. Better off being silent. Better off saying nothing than providing this. This is taking the time, taking the effort, setting shit up, and then fucking it all up. And also, it makes everybody else go, hold up a minute. Why would you do that? That
Yeah,
don't make any sense. Why would you set all that up? What are you trying to do? Are you buying for time? If you're buying for time, you just said it yourself. Go take a shit and text on your group or anywhere saying, this is what's going on, guys. We've flooded with this. We're busy doing this, organizing for this event, that event, whatever we're doing. We'll let you know in a couple of weeks where we're at. That's a quicker, less cost-effective way, really quiet and simple to fucking answer some people. This looks like, how do we keep them off our arse for a little while? And it's really bad. It's really badly done.
yeah. This is what Stuart's talking about. He wants these ones shown, did he?
If you work for XM at this moment,
These
I
ones
think I'd
he's
stop
updated
talking
on
to you.
welding thing and whatever else. Oh, hello. Hold on, get back to those pictures. That's the other one as well. Fuck XM. Oh yeah, so these are ones that Stuart's talking about like that as well. Oh, did George leave? I don't think George left me there. I think he said if you worked for XM, I wouldn't talk to you anymore, and then he fucked off. All right, let me see if he comes back. And basically, that's the Photoshop there. Wouldn't they also be wearing gloves? Not necessarily, but they would at least have some paint on their hands, I'd say. Carefully dragging in random peaks the chat, like you drag some OnlyFans page. Yeah, be careful. Where the XM whistleblowers at? Someone needs to get some real dirt. I stepped away from the game for almost 2 years, and when I left XM, a rep for being a customer positive, listening to customers, and back, almost a fault sometimes. Yeah, there's a lot of things seem to have gone wrong. 100% Alex. XM needs a new PR social media team. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Let's find out what's happened to Geo. All right. The other things I wanted to go through as well was like obviously you got these which were a big sent big alarm bells. People were just like, you know, I can't even tell you how many people send me a message saying, you know, what is this? What is that? You know, how you know, this is so fake. I can't believe XM are doing this. I can't believe this. I can't believe that. And people, again, just George says, people aren't stupid. People kind of did it quite quickly. They picked up on it. And
What
you're
about
right.
that? What happened there?
I kicked you out. Well, do you know what you did was you go, yeah, if you still worked for XM, I wouldn't talk to you anymore. And then you left, and I was like, I don't work for XM. What the fuck?
No.
So
Cool.
basically, hold on, give me a second. So factory shots would show lines of statues and not an empty room. There's no paint on the guy's hands or on the airbrush. When the gallery, oh, this is something I actually wanted to ask XM, which is with the gallery be open now for over 3 years and being underutilized, do you think it was a bad choice to open it? XM not attending Singapore Con. Can you talk about this? More information about the break-ins. Can you give that? Why aren't they paying the factory workers? Is everything okay? And the reaction to collectors filing police reports and aside collectors are desperate. That was the next picture as well. So there was someone putting out they allegedly people are putting police reports together about XM about trying to get their money back. This I don't like this kind of post. I think any kind of anonymous member post is utter
Yeah.
bullshit and shouldn't be allowed at all. Because my view of this, I'm probably like 95% sure that that's Godino just putting in his own group to try and get traction.
Who?
And Jonathan Goldino, he's the
Okay.
guy who's the admin, he's like the owner of that group. And I reckon it'd be him to get the actual drama going, and then he ain't got the balls to actually put it out there. Anyway, so yeah, there's that allegedly happening. Then also people putting out memes like fuck XM, fuck you, whatever. Geo was discussing with XM to have the discussion. Yeah. Plus, there's
You
how
know
many
what, man?
seconds
It
left in the new
actually,
why show a pretty new solicitation. I don't know. I don't know if everyone off. XM needs to remember it doesn't matter what they produce if they don't have the faith and trust in the collectors. It's pointless, for sure,
yeah.
for sure.
I think to be honest with you, I think I'm more disappointed in the way that they've handled the unrest and the concern. I think to me, listen, delays happen, things happen. We're all human. We're all grown up. We're all fucking working and trying to make life work for us. We're trying to do the best that we can. And there is a level of understanding. Yeah, there's some petulant people that fucking ain't going to listen, and that's fine. But as a majority, I think the community can handle a little bit of the truth. If they have lost the Marvel license and they're trying to get it back, then an understanding, a message or a conversation explaining what's going on and what they're doing to rectify it would be better received.
For sure.
Whatever's going on, people should talk about it. They should be out there and talking about it. What they've done instead just makes them look more deceitful. And that's that's a bigger problem that they have. The problem that they had was they didn't, no one knew the updates. No one knew what was going on. People were talking about these warehouses and these factories selling their stock. Why is this happening? These are all questions. But when XM do something in response like what they've had, they've given all the wrong answers. Instead of actually answering truthfully and letting people fucking sort of understand where we're at, now everyone's thinking for themselves. And people are looking at that and going, oh my God. And it looks much worse. I'll give you a prime example, right? Yeah. Have you ever read a Dr. Seuss book called There's a Rocket in My Pocket?
Probably not in like 40 years.
Okay. So let me give you a prime example of what I'm talking about. When I read that to my son, it's like, there's a curtain under the curtain, I'm sure, I'm certain, and all this kind of shit, right? And you can get to see these weird things that live in this little boy's house. You understand? Yeah. There's a gelf that lives on the shelf, or the zot that lives under the pot or whatever, all this shit. Anyway, the one that you can't see is one that's in a dark room underneath a rug. There's a bump in the rug and you can't see it. And he says, the only one I'm really scared of is the vug under the rug. Now, my son, for about a year, was terrified of that page. There's nothing on it.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing on it. And he, to this day, he doesn't like that page in the book. He's 6. And I tried to explain, the reason you're afraid of that is because your imagination is filling that space.
Yeah.
Your fear, what you're thinking it could be is much worse than what's under there. Yeah. You fill in that space with your own terrifying thoughts. XM have just done exactly that to all these collectors. They have given them a terrifying thought of their own, not one that they've clarified or made real. They've given them an imaginational problem. Like, why? Why have they done that? That doesn't look right. That's not what, that looks deceitful and underhanded and sneaky. And then they panic. Everyone's going to panic now. And they've caused it themselves. Silence would have been better.
My uncle used to tell me about the rocket in his pocket. I didn't know it was from Dr. Seuss. I hope it's not from The Crow either, though, his kind of quote, because then that means something totally, totally different.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I got a rocket in my pocket. And a fun boy says, isn't it?
Yeah,
big decline in both XM and Tweet Heads, shaky grounds. Who's next? Prime 1, PCS, Statue Hobby is way on the decline. Yeah. I mean, it also goes to show as well that Prime 1 don't give a fuck about their collectors, but they still seem to be getting all the licenses, selling loads of stuff and doing loads of shit. Lost a Marvel license. Allegedly not. They're saying they haven't, but there's a lot of big players saying they have. So it's hard to know what is actually happening.
No, but when you see them putting out a picture of bullshit Transformers fucking being painted in a factory, and it's so staged and fake, I think this is the problem now. Yeah. Who are you going to trust? You're going to trust them?
If someone said they fucked up, they got much more sympathy than trying to cover it up.
Oh.
XM needs to remember it doesn't matter what they produce. They have they don't have faith. Okay, we've read that one before. Sorry, Leon. Shane, how you doing? Yeah, so that's that. I mean, it's all there's a lot of stuff there to kind of digest, and there's a lot of things going back and forward in this hobby as well. There's a lot of stuff to take with a grain of salt, but there's also a lot of things where this is accumulating and there's no response from XM about it. And I think XM are in a really bad position, especially with their communication. If they come out tomorrow and put out another bad ChatGPT thing, I think it's just going to fucking make it worse. They need to sit down. They need to go, think about what they're going to say and potentially just get Ben to go on this on there and just talk through the points. I've sent him the points. Go through them and just say, okay, boom, 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 and talk about them. I mean, I sent him to because obviously he's going to come on the chat. Hopefully, if he doesn't want to do that, and hopefully, I'm going to be over in Singapore from Friday.
Don't accept no edit. Don't accept no edit.
No, of course not.
No media people, no barred questions, nothing.
No.
This is what I'm saying. You either sit down and have a conversation, or don't.
Yeah.
Because I don't want this channel, my channel, our channel, associated with anything fucking underhanded. If you're going to sit here or you're going to talk with us, I want it to be legitimate. Like he doesn't have to answer the question, but the question needs to be asked, because I can't have it. Like as you saw with last week with Chad was shown no mercy, absolutely none. He made an emotional decision. It backfired. He got a lot of shit. We asked the questions: why, how, what are you going to do? Do you think this is a mistake? Do you think that's wrong? Somebody needs to ask those questions.
Well, I think as well, there's stuff about. I had to ask him a couple of times, and I still think he did. I don't know if it's sunk in, but it's like, do you feel like there's something internal happening that you need to address? And I don't think he even like kind of registered it properly. I mean, it was a bit like, I think you had to then kind of go, no, you don't get what he's asking you here.
Yeah. No.
Sort of say, like, break it down to me basically. But hopefully, I mean, that's the thing. If the Chinese government raided the factory, shut it down until they get kickback, XM should be straightforward about it with us. Exactly, Geo. The absence of truth, the silence let collectors panic and fill the dead space with the theories and the guesswork. That's always going to do your company a lot worse, is the assumption, and the haters are going to jump on as well. Don't feed those assumptions, make it worse.
Oh yeah,
Always going to said this before, but a year ago, they were leaders in the license statute game. Now, trust has gone right out the window. I wouldn't say a year ago, but I would say a good, like maybe 2 years ago or so. There was a time they were there, but it did start to deteriorate. Yeah, for sure.
The problem, it's just, I feel sad that they don't think that they could just be honest. Ben's sort of way of we're fine, everything's fine. It's just like what you would tell like a child.
No,
like when you're bleeding, it's like the kid's like, are you all right? You'd be like, yeah, fine. But you like, what?
I'll show you exactly what it's like. Right? It's a meme about it, isn't there?
What?
I'm getting it. It's loading up.
Right.
There's like a meme, and it's literally like that fucking meme.
I just don't. What I find really sad is that he doesn't feel that that he can like come out, or someone from that company can come out and just talk about whatever problems they're having.
Yeah.
You don't have to give every problem, but you can answer a couple. Even if the worst case scenario, you've lost a Marvel license and you're trying to get it back, if that is true, I think they could handle it. I genuinely think they could collectors could handle it. I think they'd be like, right, okay. And then the next question would be, what happens to me and my Marvel orders if you've lost a license and you now can't sell to me? Where does that leave me? That's the worst question you're going to get asked. That's it. It don't get any worse than that.
Yeah.
That's as bad as it goes.
That's the kind of the meme where it's like the house on fire, and the dog sitting there with his coffee, like, yeah, this is fine. That's the meme.
I feel sad about that. I feel like, my God, man, you could come out and have a conversation. I'd even give you the platform to do it. Come on here if you want to, and just fucking say, this is where we're at. This is what we're going to do. Not that I even want to be privy to it. I don't need the fucking views. I don't care. But I feel like the people need to hear it.
Time after time in corporate America, these people running the companies don't think customers and or employees can see or feel something is off.
Then they're thick as shit, aren't they? And they should probably be sweeping the floor instead of making the decisions, because that is not logical. I understand about maintaining, like not making people panic. But you've just made everyone panic. So what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I think it's definitely been made worse. Definitely been made worse. And it's just like, God. I mean, again, I'm in Singapore next week.
These factories
Uh,
selling all this XM stuff, that's fucking scary.
yeah,
These
yeah,
places, I've got boxes and boxes and boxes of shit of theirs, and then them fucking factories look very pristine. They look
oh
like they've
yeah,
got money. Do you understand what I'm saying? This ain't no little shit box that all stacked into. These are places you could eat fucking steak off the floor. They're clean. Believe me, I've fucking seen a warehouse or two in my life.
oh
I've
yeah.
seen fucking factories, and this is these places look very, very well kept.
All right,
Okay.
I need to pee really, really quickly and grab
Okay.
grab a. You cool?
Oh, you're right. You got like things like that. You've got that sort of like all of these alarm bells. You've got the silence where you're waiting on this. You know, where are we at with pre-order sort of pieces that we paid for 3 years ago? Where are they? What's going on? And they're like, yeah, we'll let you know. Nothing happens. Flag number one. You're like, okay, well, that's a bit of a concern. Then they start shutting down some of their Facebook groups, some of their groups. They start closing things down, and you're just a bit like, right, fucking all right. What's going on there? Then you start thinking to yourself, okay, fine. And then the next bit is that you start seeing all these factory things come in where people are like talking in Chinese or talking in you know, and you're just like you don't understand, and people are translating it for you, and they're just like shit. Like they're selling all their fucking stuff, and they're saying it's going to go live on this date at this time. It's going to be heavily discounted, Then they've got a price list that's popping up. These are all massively concerning things, and I can't help but feel that if this was Sideshow, they'd be up straight away. Straight away, they'd be on there having a discussion on their fucking network, saying whatever they wanted to say, easing people down, fucking get off the ledge, relax. This is where we are. And let me explain where them pictures have come from and let us explain what's happening there. And then you're a bit like, oh, okay, I sort of get where we're going. Feel a bit better now. But fucking no. They don't do any of that. They say, oh, no, it's fine. Nah, none of that's true. Oh, no, we had someone break into our thing and steal our stuff. And you're a bit like, these are the excuses of a child to me. They're just really fucking poor. And then these videos, I can't believe the pictures. This is the first time I've seen them because I've sort of been staying sort of away so I could have my honest reactions on seeing it here. And them pictures are shocking, bro. Them factory pictures are absolutely shocking. And I don't know who okays them pictures to come out. I'm thinking if fucking Ben has seen those pictures, he would be like, no, don't send that. Doesn't look anything like it. I mean, brother, Sang spends all his time in factories QCing all the paintwork. He would have taken one look at that and gone, that's not what a factory looks like. Can't send them out. Could they not find fucking 2 Megatrons? Or even better, fucking speak to Stuart Murray about putting more Megatrons in the picture. Fuck it hell.
Alrighty, that's better.
Feel better, Rob, man?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Where are we? Where are we? Yeah, I'm jealous of that factory storage capacity. Seen so many Black Friday sales. Jesus, the Black Friday sale for the Weta Joker. Holy shit. $99 for a core scale statue.
Which joke is that?
The Jared Leto Nightmare Joker from Weta.
Mm-hmm.
$99. It sold out really quickly, but yeah. Question is, how long do people think they'll wait for an answer? I don't want to keep the money. The thing, I'm going to go through all of this with them. People want to know which lines are being cancelled so they can chase distribution refunds. I think back to Jay having to sever ties with them and what they were going through for all these mobs back. The writing was on the wall. That's something a lot more complicated to get into at the moment.
But in fairness,
Yeah.
he does have a point. There's a little bit of a
Well,
point there. Not the thing, just a problem. Like, like keeping that relationship going and just like fucking, keeping that sweet would have been a better idea.
yes, but I think what happened there was a business thing, and it was like we can make more money out of this, and this is how we're going to do it. And I think they got greedy. with that situation.
Did they get greedy or did they need the money? That's pretty much what Stuart's saying. Is that
Sure.
maybe did it come from somewhere else? Does
Well,
that
I mean,
actually?
even me saying it's greedy is speculation. It's not. It's not. You know, we don't. We'll never know the full story anyway.
No, of course not.
But they say there's always three sides to a story, don't they? It's like
Yours,
your side,
my
my
side.
side, and the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now XM statue clearance on sale. TikTok Chinese version. Yeah, big red alarm there. That is a big red alarm. It's clear why don't they release the cancellation list. If they're struggling releasing the list, it will start hundreds of collectors demanding refunds, and the money just isn't there. Fair point.
Possibly.
How long before they declare bankruptcy? Again, it's all stuff where they've. I know they've just had a big investor come in. Maybe there's a big hole reshovel behind the scenes. I don't know. Again, hopefully when I go there,
I mean this with all sincerity. I would. No company going bankrupt would hurt me more.
Yeah.
No, the next sense. It would honestly break my heart a little. If then anything happened to them or they disappeared, it would be sad. Like I can't say that for many, but honestly, if that happened with XM, I'd be devastated.
I think it'd be the.
I got to see them in the time I think where, I think they're at their peak. And I went over there and I broke bread with them and I walked around their stuff and I looked over there. I saw them at the height of their prime, and for to see like something doing so well crumble so badly would honestly be upsetting for me. I would feel sad because obviously as well, and it's hard to say this, but I sound like a complete cock, but I do also take a little bit of pride in the fact that this channel actually helped XM grow. We were talking about XM when not many people were. We were showing things when not many people were. We were part of it when not many people were. So I feel
we got a lot of abuse for doing that as well. A lot of haters.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit for it. Yeah,
weren't making money from XM, so they decide that they don't want to be involved in it. Yeah,
but
it's a tough one.
But I feel a slight connection to them. Like I feel like helping them sort of grow, and certainly in the Western market. And then to see them collapse, if they collapse like this, it would be upsetting for me. It's not what I want. It really isn't. It fucking 100% is not what I want. So I don't ever misunderstand me looking at something objectively and giving you my honest opinion as like it's not what I want to say. It's not what I want to say. But I'm incapable. I just don't lie. It's just not. It's not something. And I struggle with this in like my personal and private life, and in my profession, it's been very handy. But in private life, it's hard. Alex will tell you, like he's my bestest friend in the whole world. But when he steps out of line, he fucking gets it. He gets it bad, and people do. When you fuck up, you get it bad. I'm not going to fucking pull no punches with you. So it's really hard because in my heart, I don't want them to struggle. I don't want to look at these pictures and say to anybody, "Oh, that don't look good. That looks fucking fake. That looks like crap." Why would they do that? It's fucking deceitful and dishonest. I don't want to say them words. I don't want them to come out of my mouth.
There is a lot of it as well where we want to bring these things to their attention. I know it's there on social media, but I think they have like rose tinted glasses a lot of the time, and I really think that they still have this. I say this. I mean, I sound like a broken record. They have this field of dreams kind of thing where they believe they build it, they will come. They did it with the gallery. They thought that like swarms of people would arrive. They built these statues, people will buy them. They had that, as George said, like in 16, 17, 18, 2018. They had those times where Singapore was shit hot. Literally, like even Connecticut was doing well, HMO was doing well, XM was doing fantastically. All these companies were, whatever they released, like people fucking like ordered the shit out of them. People wanted them, and they all sold out. They're all doing fantastically. And I think a lot of these guys, they got caught up in that moment, and they never really got out of it, and they never adapted. And it's that kind of like blockbuster video thing where they have all these options to adjust and change and to move on with something, and they just like stick to this 2018 way of doing it. And they haven't, and a lot of them they've gone now. They're not around anymore. HMO aren't around anymore. Well, they put a thing out recently where they're doing something. They've moved into another company basically, but you know, Connecticut's moved into like Mighty Jack. So the stuff you're seeing now with that kind of craft, supercraft laboratories, that's kind of what happened with the Connecticut's merger and stuff as well. And then XM, so I think it's that problem is you need to adapt, you need to move on, you need to keep up with the times and adjust with it. COVID fucked a lot of people up as well, but
Yeah,
people moved on, moved through it.
yeah. I think you're
So
spot on, man. I think you're 100% right. I, it's just hard, isn't it? I think sometimes you need people around you who fucking see what's happening when it's coming.
well, that was one of the reasons why Brian kind of brought me in was, you know, I'm not going to sit in a meeting and they're going to go, hey, here's our new Spider-Man, here's our new Wolverine, and here's our new whatever character, and I'm going to go, love it, perfect, every single way, amazing, and that's what like people are doing, and you're just like, um, it's not what,
Yeah,
yeah, why is he leaning like that? Why is his web doing that? Why, and then you ask these questions, and then you either seem like a blocker or you just kind of because so many people are like you surround yourself with yes people. It's hard. It's really hard.
yeah. I mean,
Even
I
with
I- I-
Figurama, they actually listened a lot of the time. They were actually really good. I've had it, and that's why again, you know, we've been asked to help people behind the scenes because we will tell them what we think. And they love it when it's all going great and when everything's perfect. As soon as we tell them that things need changing and things are not great, then they don't like it anymore.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But you know what? I can live with it. I can live with it, and I think you know a lot more from your losses than you do your victories.
of
And
course.
I think, to be honest with you, I think this is something that XM are going to have to look into as a serious learning curve. And I hope, pray that they do so quick and they can fucking sort it because I mean, listen, on their day they can do magical things. And nobody. I mean, like I think Alex has said it a few times, and I completely agree with it. Which is, um, if you had a catalog of the best work you've ever produced, and you put it up against any company in the world, and you basically went, right, come on, let's like. It's a football term, which was like, which was like, put your medals on the table. I'll get my medals out, you get yours out. Let's see who's done better. And I think, to be honest with you, I think a lot of people will struggle to live with XM's work. I think a lot of people will struggle to challenge to beat their fucking top stuff. I really do.
Whereas even if you got people who are totally detached from this hobby
No, God,
and you just said, look, here's the best 15 sideshow pieces, best 15 XM pieces, best 15 Prime World, best 15, Iron Studios, whatever company,
yes,
and you put them all, scattered them all around the room, mixed them all up, and did whatever else, XM would probably grab the attention of
and
most
I
people with
think,
their show-stopping pieces.
yeah,
I mean, you probably can't display half of them in your collection, but to see them in the wow factor side of it, they definitely have that. And again, I'm on Gio's page as well, where I worked with XM. Um, I've been to Singapore countless times. I love spending time with them. They are really good guys. Um, they are. You do have to kind of know them to. It's one of those things. It's even with Geo as well. I'm surrounded by people you have to know, and from the outside, people just think they're a bunch of cunts. But you have to kind of know them to kind of have that. Yeah, but that's kind of Geo. Or that's kind of this. That's kind of Ben. And I think that there's a lot of people don't know them. Don't know Ben. Just like they think. oh my god, he's this or that. Oh no, he's arrogant or this. It's like, but he's not. He's just that's just Ben. That's the way he is,
Yeah.
and he's a very nice guy, very caring guy, very understanding guy, and yeah, I've got a lot of positive things to say about him. And yeah, I'm only saying that because I'm going to Singapore next week, and I
No,
need
the
to
bottom
spend some
line
time with
is
my
that
tech.
it's learn.
Yeah,
Stop this shit. Stop this now. It's nonsense now. Get your fucking self out there and tell people if you've got a problem, tell them what it is. And if you lose people, then they weren't fucking yours to begin with. Others will understand. People who supported the company and bought from them will chill. They'll be like, okay. They'll be like, all right, I sort of get where we're at. I know where we are at least. And it ain't going well. And there's a human element to that. And I think that's needed. Maybe it's a cultural thing as well. I
yeah,
don't think people like to talk about. I don't think they like talking about their losses.
sure.
I don't think when it goes wrong that they're the people you want to talk to. Oh.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, for them, like obviously we're a little bit different, and we're gonna sort of understand it a little bit more, aren't we?
Yeah.
When you turn around and you go, look, this is where I am. I fucked up, and I'm trying to fix it, and this is what I'm doing to do that. You can sort of want to put your arm around someone, be like,
Well,
all right,
it's that
be
kind of
honest.
thing as well with totally changing the subject, but just about the same sort of thing about fucking up and people admitting it was we had like what's his name reach out to us and say, I want to come on your chat, I want to apologize to people, and I want to do this and this and this. And we ended up like talking about it, just discussing it, and we were like the Flagster guy. We were just like, you know what? This is a lose-lose situation for anyone anyway, because whatever happens, he's never scammed us. He's never done anything wrong to us.
No,
So we can't forgive him on the behalf of anyone else. We can't have him on a platform and say like, "Oh no, I'm glad you come forward. I'm glad you're doing this. You're on the right track. Jesus loves you." Whatever. We can't do that. And on the flip side of that,
I'll
we
kill
then
him for it either.
can't go, "Fuck you. You claimed your house burned down. Fuck you. You did this thing with the Xbox fucking vouchers where you pretended to be a 12-year-old boy to get your money back. Fuck you. You did this with a box of rocks. Fuck you." Whatever. All these other things. We can't kick him while he's down or forgive him for these sins he hasn't done to us. So either way, we couldn't win in that, or not could win, but we couldn't put it out in the right way. So we stepped away from it. And I think he then went on to fucking that other channel that totally tried to crucify him and whatever else. But is that thing? I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
yeah. Anyway, should we move on from this?
yeah. Well,
I think we
I
covered
hope
it
it
enough.
helped. If there is any questions, we'll obviously happily answer
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we can. But I
I
think,
mean, like, hopefully we covered that enough. And as I say, I will be in Singapore next week. I'm pretty busy. I'm there till Wednesday. I'll try and go there. Like, I'll speak to Ben and we'll arrange a time. Get Tyler over with the camera, and again, it's going to be that case of I've given them a list of the stuff I want to speak about. If anyone's got anything else, let me know. And it's not going to be where is my specific order. I'm not doing that. Um, but it will be about these points and things that are showing online. So let me just go through these, then we'll move on anyway. Leon, I might be wrong, but I thought downfall, I think it is, started when they started focusing on making every piece a centerpiece and stepping away from regular pieces. I think that's a
spot on.
totally right thing as well. A lot of their B-list, C-list characters had too much of a big footprint. It worked in some cases and it didn't in others. Um, totally agree. Totally agree. XM forced Sideshow to step up their game many times. If they go away, what will happen? Of course. I think that is true. I think
Yeah.
XM really pushed Sideshow. They
Iron
say that.
sharpens
Yeah,
iron,
yeah, of
bro.
course. I was going to say that, yeah. I'm right in there with you, Gio. Genuinely hope this all gets resolved and I hope they come out the other side of this with new investors and learn their lessons and get back to making next level statues. I really hope they do. I
Yeah,
really, really hope they do. Uh, they got too big
they
for their own
got too
good.
big for their own good. Now
Yeah,
people
no,
are focusing on the new shiny objects in LBS. Yeah, but I mean, LBS is making only 1/3 scale stuff, man.
Yeah,
They got a
they
whole
did
fucking
1/7 to start with, didn't they?
crew, LBS.
They did 1/7 Spider-Man and 1/7
Yeah,
Juggernaut.
but they're focusing mostly on the 1/3 stuff, and at the end of the day, you still got that massive 1/4 scale sort of stuff, and and LBS are kicking asses, and they do some fantastic pieces. But they were working with them. They had them in their pocket. They had fucking that in their fucking in their locker. They should have kept it fucking sweet and just
Yeah,
left him alone. Let fucking Jay do his shit. Pay the fucking man. Let him do his job. Let him make good shit, and you take a percentage of that winning. That's what should have happened, but it didn't happen. Now they've got to fucking go up. Now it's a competitor, I guess.
Madwalk 72. How does hope you finally made it? Hope you're good, Stephen. Coal eggs Pretas. The only way to order in Germany was with the expensive EU store or scammer hide and shop. That's unfortunate. I think even Spec Fiction would ship to EU. Maybe look into that. The more competition between companies, the better for collectors. Yes, but I do think also at the moment we're in a position where there is so much saturation with licenses, and especially like, for example, well, maybe I'm wrong, and I know Gio's on my side here, but you get some characters where how the fuck are they making all of these with 6 different companies? Like the Arthur Flack Joker, Arthur Flack actual man. Why? Who collects that? But and they give that license to like 4 or 5 companies at the same time. And I think even Chad mentioned this last time, and there was a point where there was like one Michelle Pfeiffer. This
Yeah,
year, there's like Prime One, Dark Side, J&D, and there's just
tweet
all
ahead.
these pieces. It's just like crazy. Another Tweet Heads ones, yeah, yeah. My first XM piece was Mysterio. My favorite piece of theirs is still Doc Ock. I currently have Galvatron on pre-order. XM is truly exceptional in a crowded field of elite. I hope they can recover.
Well
XM
said,
got
sir.
some gems, fucking
Well said.
gems.
Well said.
When you walk through their gallery and you look at their pieces, you're just like, oh, like, and there's just so many of those. So many of those when you look around.
I've repainted that Mysterio, and it's my son's favorite piece.
Nice. I hope XM make it because one day I would like to own an XM piece. Oh, you don't have one? Don't take this. I'm very disappointed in you. Exactly, Gio. They got greedy with LBS. Todd from Spec Fiction has to feel betrayed as a distributor of XM. He isn't an official distributor, though, is he? The official distributor in America is GFX.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Todd would feel betrayed. I mean, Todd's got a lot of it on his plate anyway to deal with. Takunas. If XM does end up delivering on orders, especially Galvatron, I'll be willing to forgive and forget. Seems like a lot of people have got that fucking Galvatron.
Must be.
Liam O'Brien, the Doomsday XM1 quarter scale is exceptional. Doomsday. Oh, that's the one you sold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's too dark, man. I had a dark
I'm
wash, too much dark wash
disappointed
on
in
mine.
myself. I believe me, the price of shipping was always way out of my budget. I'm sure you can pick up something.
On the secondary market, you can get loads of their stuff, bro.
I've
Get on eBay
switched
for fuck's sake.
over to only buy 1/3 pieces, but I'd still like to buy XM, OG, Ghost Rider, or Hulkbuster.
Two
Yeah,
exceptional
some
pieces.
great pieces. All right, let's move on here anyway. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the feedback. I love this being a conversation as always. This then isn't the one I like. Someone posted this one, and I was like, "Oh, is that the one Lewis painted?" Because it was all like a blacked out picture of it. And then the guy goes, "Oh no, that's a different one." I'm like, "Oh, I like Lewis's one." I think Lewis's one was painted by sculpted by Caleb. It still looks all right. Yeah,
Hard really to get that master like that though when it's in a 3D print. It just doesn't
yeah,
look like
because
that.
obviously
It look like
that's from
shit.
the front. When you see that from the side, it's going to be like thick.
They always look
Yeah.
like shit. I think the sculpted sort of mask things. I never like them.
Well, I mean, being flat like that is going to look like shit because it's got to
Oh,
be,
it's gonna look like a fucking Spider-Man frisbee.
or like Could be
He's
a
like, I do want to play, you want to
like
frisbee?
Spider-Man Ice or something. You glitchy
I
there,
like it though. I
Nathan, you
like
there?
Hobgoblin.
Is that me or
Hobgoblin's
you?
cool. Oh, chewing.
Well, I actually got the sideshow one now, so yeah.
Mm.
I'm happy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Emperor's woken up. Welcome
My
to
man.
the party, Emperor.
Love you, bro.
Welcome to the party.
Emperor's been with us, man, since day
Oh, yeah.
one. I can honestly
Excellent.
say with my hand
Amiga
on my heart
Brains,
that
one of
probably
my favourite
of
pieces.
all of the collectors, I love him the most.
Omar.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah,
guy.
Omar's awesome.
Like,
I'd
if he was
local,
if he was local to me, me and him would be out fucking drinking beers and catching up. I love that guy.
well, I think maybe trading, but you want to be careful because he's fucking juicing out. He was well juicing out of his tits at one point. He was trying to encourage you to fucking inject your fucking arse.
He had the best trap in the business at that time. I remember him. Fucking hell.
Yeah, yeah.
He looked like a little man was sitting on his shoulders. Nah, I love that guy. That great guy.
Their regular statues were legendary. They just need to rekindle their spark.
Yeah.
I hope. I'm not really that keen on this one, to be honest with you. I do think the one with the Caleb version looks a lot better than Lewis painted.
Agree. Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if I can get that one up here. This one then is Rancor Forge. Not heard of that name before.
Quite a
Is that
nice
the
Harley Quinn, though.
photographer? Is that the photographer or is that the actual custom?
No idea.
Oh, well, you
Nice
fucking
piece,
send
though.
me this shit and then you don't even know what it is.
No, I like it. If anybody knows, let us know. I want to share some shit.
I know, that's isn't it?
That's Bud Lou.
Yeah, yeah. They actually changed their names. And on the
Oh.
XM16, they were called something different.
Why? Because there were samurai ones.
No, because they were like Rebirth. They changed names.
I don't know. Are they some fucking gender neutral shit now? Are they?
I
Fuck
can't remember what
off.
they were called. I'm
Go
not
up
going to
your
lie.
ass.
This looks nice. It does actually look really
Yeah,
nice.
beautiful faces, lovely portraits, nice dynamic pose. Love the dogs. This is Alpha 3 Studio Cyclops. This looks really cool.
What version of Cyclops is that, though? Do you know?
Not a fucking clue. Apart from
I
that
like.
one, that is like that's the Mong version.
I was just about to say, I like this. This looks fucking awesome.
It goes
What
a bit.
the fuck
What
is
happened there?
happening?
Scott, what happened to you? Fuck.
Scott, mate.
Scott, why have your eyes dropped down to the bottom of your chin? Where the fuck?
We were talking about Kavos earlier. It looks like someone who's been out partying in Kavos for the last 4 years.
It's a fucking horrible portrait, that. The other two are brilliant, though. Got
That's
two other portraits, and the other
his,
two are fucking shit.
even his traps don't really line up properly.
That's a horrible portrait. I don't like the fucking face at all on that. I don't like the hair. I don't like the face. It's a horrible face. But I really like the other two.
Have you ever seen you won't want to watch it, but have you ever seen Terrifier?
No.
Yeah, I'd stay away from that if I was you.
Just by the name, it's not for me.
It's quite bad, actually. It's like a horror film, but it's fucking
Oh, is that the one that he did?
Not that head. That one there. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. It's nice. Yeah, it's nice, man. At least that's like, but again, it's the same thing with them fucking masks. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Looks nice. Looks nice. All right. Ah, so bad.
He's up, Spazzy. Let's go next one. Really cool.
It just looks like some like real like chappy guy that you would see in Watford, like back in the day. Even wearing like going around in a fucking nightclub wearing the sunglasses, you know what I mean?
He looks like his name is Glenn.
That's a good shout, man.
Fucking hell.
That's bad.
That's the secret reason.
There you go, Dante Dis. I went to a frat and that dude was there, yeah. Looks like Wonderman after a night out. Snowflake in safe place, probably.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
the
know.
thumbs.
Day one for life. Oh my, that mask is going to be as thick as Spider-Man's nappy full of turd. Leon, regular study. Okay, that's that bit there. Cunt chops, yeah.
Dumpy clops.
Oh, Candy Club. So I've read out cunt chops.
Dumpy clops.
And then that's is that the ultimate one? Is that? I can't remember.
It might be. Just I like the suit. The black and the red is really cool.
Yeah.
Like that mask as well.
Johnny Bravo.
I well found this funny. I was like, this is awesome.
When did you send me that?
I don't know, but I think I sent it to you twice. I definitely wanted it on the chat. I was just like, this is fucking awesome. I used to love Johnny Bravo.
Hold on. I don't remember you sending me this. Where is this? What did I call it? Oh, I didn't relabel this. Okay, that makes sense. I don't remember seeing this.
Yeah, there's a couple. There's like a switch up. He's got his thing on. It's just really cool.
They need to make a movie of that. That'd be so funny. But
It was well funny.
It depends if they get to be him though, because it was going to
No,
be
but
the
the
Rock.
problem is now is in this day and age, man, he'd be like that fucking guy on MasterChef. He'd be cancelled for being a sexual fucking deviant.
Who's
All the
what
flirting
was
with women and the sexual innuendos that you're not. Fucking hell.
what guy MasterChef got cancelled?
Oh, that Greg guy, and he's like, there's a
Did he?
fucking
Greg
wig up
Wallace.
for him. Yeah, it's all out for him at the minute. He said
Did he?
he said to some fucking ugly cunt woman, right? He said to her, like in 2013, like 12 years ago, he was like, I'd munched the daylights out of that little tart or whatever it is, which is like she made a little tart, like some tarts. They were shit.
Yeah.
They looked terrible. So I was like, she should be thankful for the compliment because
Yeah.
one, she's rough as fuck, and two, the fucking tarts look shit at all.
So she came out like 13 years later.
No, she didn't. She didn't come out 13 years later. Somebody obviously wants his cunt out of the way for something because it all starts like that. Everyone, all of a sudden, starts looking into every word you say and turns into every fucking innuendo and every fucking like. Now, Melanie Sykes has come out fucking today or whatever it is, going that she left fucking TV because of him or that's like everyone fucking jumping on the bandwagon now. All the fucking pussy celebrities all going, oh, he thrusted in front of me and he fucking some fucking
Jesus,
like, oh my god.
Can you imagine if God, if when I was going out drinking and stuff, I mean, I'd be well cancelled. Fuck me.
No, but you know what it is? It's like the problem is it's like that. It's like the COVID-19 jab. It's like it's really pushed. Like it feels that they really want you to hate him and they really want him out of the way. And I'm trying to understand why. Everybody? All of us, it seems like one person, like one thing starts it. So somebody all of a sudden goes, "Look what he said here to this woman in 2013." I watched it and I was like, I said to my wife, "I don't get it. What happened?" She was like, "I think it's the innuendo." I said, "What fucking innuendo? I'm great at innuendos. I don't know what he's talking about. I think he's trying to make her feel better as fucking food looks shit, Jen. What am I missing?" And she was all like, "Oh no, like, you know." But Jenny was my wife was like, "That's like she don't see nothing wrong with what he said at all." And I just don't fucking get it. Now everyone's coming out and saying he did this and he did that and he fucking said this and he said that. And it's just a bit like, what, you all wait 13 years for some other cunt to say something before you talk. What is wrong with you? Why don't you talk when it happens? Why wait? I really don't get it. It's madness.
I mean, it's all that thing as well when you get like that woman who came out. Conor McGregor got done for rape, didn't he, the other day? And
that fucking thingy community court thing, some bullshit thing.
Well, that's the thing is all like that was totally and utterly, consensual. And she's just come out and gone, "Oh yeah, he raped. Yeah, he pushed it on me." And it's like, you fucking.
It's Desiree Washington all over again.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson situation. You out partying with him, they're getting all physical in a bar, in a club. She gets in his limo, she goes back to his room. They fucking go in the room, he closes the door. And then when she comes out, apparently, it's at that moment that the story is that she apparently said no. She went through all of that, and apparently she said no at that point in his room at fucking 2 a.m. in the morning. She apparently said no. That's when it happened, when there's no witnesses. There's no one there. That's what you got to eat.
God.
Tyson had 6 years for that. He had 6 years for that shit. And now people are just doing exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same nonsense.
But the problem with that as well is there's no, like, if the woman says it, there's no, like, when it all goes down and goes not guilty, blah, 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 there's no comeback on the woman for
No, he
pushing
walks
it.
away, which should never be the case.
Yeah.
Whatever his sentence is for guilty, that's what you do. You take his sentence. So if he'd have got guilty for rape and got 6 years, then you're doing 6 for lying. That's what it should be. You take that on because that's what you're trying to give the guy. Now, the funny thing is with the Tyson situation, Tyson's like that never happened. He won't accept it even to this day.
Yeah.
I had a drink with Tyson. I had a drink in China Whites when my friend Ben Kane was DJing in there. And he gave me a text. I'm talking a long time ago. And I met him. And I didn't ask him. I was at the table and, like, you know what I mean? He was talking to lots of people. And somebody brought it up in passing. And he went fucking ballistic. Like, I'm not even joking. He went fucking crazy about even suggested. And he just started ranting on about what a lying fucking horrible. But, you know, honestly, he went right into it. He didn't say, like, what happened. He just called it all the names on the sun. Now, if you had done that, if you genuinely had done what he apparently had done, you wouldn't have responded in the way you would have shrugged that shit off. I'm telling you now. There's no way you'd be so fucking livid and angry about it if you did that crime after you've done the time of it. There's no fucking way. So you just know. I'm telling you what now. And Conor McGregor, why didn't he get any time? If it's a real court case, why is he just fined? It went to like some sort of other court. What do they call it? Different kind of court.
I don't know. It was an Irish thing, like county something.
It wasn't a real court. Like,
community court or something. Community court.
It was like.
But like the figures about it was like she was going on to this, and all of her friends were taken out being witnesses because they were saying like, oh yeah, she was up for it. She was this. She was this. Even her friends were saying it, so they just took them all out.
I had this discussion with my wife though, which is, it doesn't. This is what they did to Tyson in court. They said it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she's all over you in the back of your limo, she's all over you at the club. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When you walk in that door, if at any minute she says no and you don't immediately stop what you're doing, then you're guilty of this. And then I also said to her, well, then anybody can say that at any time. They can leave the next day and never have said no and gone, I said no. And he didn't listen. So where's like?
Well,
it's so
there is a lot of that kind of situation where someone gets drunk, they do that.
Oh, I see that in countless loads of times.
They're married.
Dude, I see that in countless loads of times.
They're in a relationship, and then the next day they're guilty of being a fucking cheating bitch, and they're like, I said no, I said no, I said no.
Yeah. Fuck. I said to Jenny, I said to the missus when she told me the news, I said, if it was me, I would have a camera. And I would basically say before you even walked in the door, I'd be like, you better sign to say that you don't mind being filmed. Because I've got a camera in here just to make sure that if there's a no, that it's heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not your fucking opinion. I just wouldn't have it. You'd have to protect yourself better than that. Because I mean, honestly, I saw Conor McGregor at a club, right? And he's like dancing away, yeah. His missus is over here on the right, like a video of him, I've seen it. And he grabs this other girl that walks past with a ponytail and drags her over, starts with him, right? And then he like clocks, oh fuck, my wife's with me. He's like laughing at her and he's like, oh no, I pulled her hair and all this. And he's just thinking like, that's a guy that is just fucking about, right?
Yeah.
And he just forgets. He just fucking.
Yeah. And he's also coked off his tits all the time as well, but God.
I thought it was fucking gold, man.
Actually, I would have got in trouble because that fucking Irish woman, she was like, she told me all the fucking safe word and all that shit. And then literally, like, she was like, unless I say magenta, you don't stop. And she literally fucking grabbed, like, on top, she grabbed me, fucking like that, fucking grabbed me, literally fucking clawed my, I nearly clawed my face, what this? And I'm like, stop. I was like, what do you want? So, and I went like that. She's like, he punched me in the face, and I didn't tell you, I didn't say magenta. I was like, yeah, this is a bit too rapey, man. This is weird. This is too much for me. I'm a dirty bastard, but this is too much. Man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't. I don't have this. No, I like a lot of shit, man, but that's just no.
God, man, today we've gone well off topic several times here.
Been a great chat, though. It's been literally gold. I've had the best
This
part.
is to this is completely derailed from statue talk. Johnny Bravo has not matched the chat. I hope you guys are doing well. Doing good, my man.
And
Yeah.
Johnny Bravo is very much in the sort of cancel culture fucking situation we're talking
Do you
about.
know, the funny thing was the Irish. Was it the Irish boat or was it Allison? I can't remember. Oh, sorry, we shouldn't say names, should we? But
Not really.
um, I remember because I was like living with my parents, and I'm trying to think which one it was. I think I had to do both actually. I think like what happened was is the Irish bird. She was like going mad about something because she wanted to smoke in my bedroom, and I said, if you light that cigarette, I'm going to take it off you. I'm going to throw it out the window, and I'm going to take your packet off you. I'm going to crush it in front of your face. I tell you, you do not smoke in my bedroom. If you want to smoke, you go down to the kitchen, and you can smoke in the kitchen. It's fine. And she literally like, really? I was like, yeah. She goes, oh, really? I was like, yeah. Don't do it. I took it off her, like fucking crushed it, threw it out the window, took a packet, fucking crushed it. She fucking clobbed me quite, like punched me in the face a couple of times. And then she like got dressed, she stormed out. And it must have been about like 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning. And my mum woke up. And their bedroom was like below mine because they had
Yeah.
the bedroom downstairs, big room downstairs. And then my mum came out and she's like, "Oh, your son's a fucking cunt." And she goes,
Oh,
"My
it
mum,
obviously was the Irish girl then.
yeah, same one." And my mum just says, "Well, what does that make you for fucking him?"
That's brilliant. Response.
Uh,
Right, go on. We got 7 minutes. Get through this and let's go. I gotta go.
anyway, Johnny Bravo. This is then the Dune, and basically this is Paul Atreides. Um,
Yeah,
I
look,
think
rat.
this is a really weak special features, which you get the rat. So the
Kangaroo
Iraqi
rat.
desert Iraqi desert mouse, and
Okay.
you also get the thumper. And I think these are really weak exclusives,
Okay.
or ultimate edition or whatever it
What's
is.
the bumper thing? I have it. Is this from June 2?
No, they got it in the first one, didn't they?
I remember what they do.
It looks like a fleshlight, and they put it in the ground, and it fucking goes up and down, and it makes the worms come.
No, I don't think I don't know if I remember. I have to watch it again.
It is in the
Yeah,
first one
summer.
because that lady, the woman who they keep asking, "Oh, you why are you doing this or why are you doing that?" And she's like, "I'm not loyal to you or whatever." And then she, when
Right, off on one.
this
Yeah.
boa gets done, she puts one down.
Okay.
So sandworm, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But
Cool. Cool.
so yeah, you get that thumper. But the thing is if you look at the right, sorry, left even,
Yeah.
like tiny, fucking tiny. And the thumper is just like a little thing you sit on the base. It's like really wank. But the face does look good. This is
Yeah.
like one of their real elite master line, so it's the higher price. It's 1/3
Yeah.
scale as well. Two poses. You get a bust. So you get several poses, but like two busts. So one arm's down, one arm up, and then also you got the hooks when they get the sandworms, and uh, and then you got that little fucking rat.
That's terrible.
It has a really shit little thing in it, and then the thumper which just sits on the base. That's the thing I
Well,
hate about the.
it'd be nice if it had like a removable rock or something. You could just,
Yeah, it's like stick it in the ground, so it
yeah,
looks
it'd be
like.
better.
And it'd be nice if it like vibrated and like pumped up and down. No, don't need that. Joking. So yeah, we need a separate chat for the RaddTitan Wonder Years. I don't think we should commit a lot of that to audio, like to recording.
Already committed enough.
Yeah. So yeah, you got swappable arms. So you got arm that, and then you got the arms down where he's like on the hooks and whatever else. The
Definitely
two
like
heads.
it up in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. All
Cool.
those poses there. You've not seen the second one yet?
Nah, I'll watch it. I've got a steelbook, but I ain't watched it.
I need to watch it again because I watched it the first time and it was one of those things where it fell into that hype kind of.
I'm gonna watch the first one again and then watch the second again.
Yeah,
Second time.
I think the first one's better.
Familiarize myself
A
with it
lot of
anyway.
people were like going on about how the second one is so much better. The second one's this, second one's that, second one, all this shit. And I think it ruined it a little bit for me. You know,
Yeah, it always does. I don't try not to listen to anybody. It
I
makes
don't
me
like
bad.
it. Oh, there you go, Mr. Bogle in the house, in the dimensions. A little late, but I made it. Good to see you again, my man. I still need to
Yeah,
get my ass down to you. I need to get that Guyver tattoo done by you. I really do. There you go. 82 centimeters when his hands are down, and 90 centimeters when his arms are up. So yeah, Cypher in the house. How you doing? Good to see
yo,
you. This is another one which Stuart Murray kind of pointed out, and basically Prime One with this kind of Batman Forever line. Actually, they fucked up the paint on the original Val Kilmer and the original what's his name?
Chris O'Connell.
Chris O'Connell. So they fucked up the original paint, and basically they've done then these limited versions where they've corrected the paint. That is typical kind of Prime One kind of style,
Oh,
and it's
yeah,
just that kind of really low, dirty kind of behavior. Whereas like we gave you a product before, we
mm,
fucked it up. We've made it right now, but we're going to charge you if you want
cool.
that right. And I
Yeah,
think that's fucking. I think this one looks shit anyway. I think the head looks terrible. I do think we are spoiled now with all of this silicon and whatever out, but that does look horrible.
I don't like the expression.
If you look at like this Atreides one, like, what's it? I don't even remember his name, but this looks great. And then you kind of go on to that. His head, I don't know. It's
That
a bit
looks
like
terrible.
that. Isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful.
it's terrible. And then the thing about this is,
If you go back
uh,
a couple of pictures, it looks like Elijah Wood. There,
Elijah Wood. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
hey Elijah. And I'm done with the rings. I'm Robin.
Oh, I saw a thing the other day for Lord of the Rings, and basically, you know the scene, the famous scene, which is all the memes with Sean Bean, where it's like one doesn't simply walk into Mordor.
Yeah, yeah,
And he's like that. It's like one doesn't simply walk into
yeah.
Mordor. You can't like, the speech was written the night before by Peter Jackson, and basically what happened was is they gave it to Sean Bean, and he didn't have enough time to prep, so
So he's
literally
reading
he sellotaped it to his leg, and
it.
he's there going, one doesn't simply, and he keeps looking down to read it.
Brilliant.
Yeah, yeah.
I love little fucking tidbits of information like that. Just love that.
Yeah, there's like a an anniversary Zoom call, and they're all on there and they talk about it. Yeah, and then
Awesome.
I laughing. I prefer the first Dune film myself. Though both films are the same book split into two films. Yeah. Well, that was the thing about the original movie is the pacing was way off. Like the beginning's really slow, and then you just like cram
Speaks up.
everything into the end. So I do think it was justified to be two movies. Um, my girlfriend, she fucking loves it. She watched it on repeat, so I got to watch it because of that. But I'm glad I watched the original before watching the new versions, and I do think the first one's better than the second one. But I do need to rewatch the second one.
Okay. Is that the last pictures of that?
I didn't know that Sean Bean, Major Sharp, yeah. Making Laundry's documentaries are amazing. Um, Also, the Lord of the Rings like animations coming out soon, which looks like could be amazing.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
So this is like the original one they brought out. They fucked up, and then this is the one they're doing as the
Quite a load of bollocks.
was it the Night Color edition?
Bollocks.
Yeah,
Called the corrected colour edition.
it's so fucking dirty, and it's such a
Disgusting.
bad business model to do. You fucked it up the first time. You don't admit you fuck up the first time. You re-release it as a different version. That is the dirtiest tactic ever. You were just like, if you just left it, that's something. But to come back and correct it and then resell it, that just fucks over all of your all your loyal fans have just been fucked over, big time.
I hope they can cancel and get this new one.
Comic O'Leary, cheers, my man.
Thank you, man.
I don't think they can
love and leave you, my man, because I've got kids that need their dad for a cuddle.
Alrighty.
That's giving you 2.5 golden hours.
Well,
we've had council culture, we've had rapey, we've had Tyson history, we've had fucking Alex's ex-girlfriend woes, we've had XM's problems, Prime One being shit cunts as usual, and everything in between. So thanks for a fantastic week.
Thanks for the summary.
And got loads to go through still. Hundreds of things to go through. We need to stop having these big statue companies need to stop doing stupid shit so we don't have to cover it each week. It would be nice. Let's hope next week is quiet. I don't know if you're going to be on next week because are you doing it while you're away?
Well, I need to work out what we can do.
See how you do. Don't commit anything. See how you feel when you're over there and what the time's looking like. Just get the content that you need.
You did say the other week to me when we were talking about interviewing someone. You said there is a possibility of doing a 10 a.m. show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that might be the situation.
Well, let's see how you're doing. You've got a lot to do. You may just want to just focus on what you're doing for like the next couple of weeks till you get back. It's no stress for me.
No, I don't want to take off. I'm away for 3 weeks. I don't want to take off 3 weeks.
Let's see how you do. You give me a shout and let me know. We'll always organise the time. I'll speak to you tomorrow anyway before you fly. But I'm going to bounce. Love and leave you, all right?
Oh, yeah. Take care, my man. Just finish with these comments and then we'll go to. Can we get a gold edition from Pro Monacan? Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me with those guys. If I bought the original, I'd be so pissed off. They did it again with the Val Kilmer, and now they're doing it with this, and it's just I can't believe they're doing that. And then also on top of that, they're doing the Guyver recolor up, which is the anime true version or whatever bullshit they want to say. So yeah, Pro Mod is like got to be the worst of the worst for these kind of things. But at that point, they're getting all the licenses. They seem to be selling really well, and maybe it works. I don't know. Anyway, thanks guys, and we'll sort. I know way too much about that Irish woman now. Yeah, she was definitely a handful. Take it easy. And plenty of time to find out. You're crazy girl. All right, thanks guys, appreciate that. What we'll do is again, I'm going to be in Singapore, then I'll be in Bangkok. Maybe I'll do a show with art. I'll do like a live show of art or something. We'll see what happens, and then I'll be in Hong Kong for that event. So looking forward to it all, and appreciate all the support. Thanks everyone. You take care. You have a good weekend, and bye bye.